Hey guys, welcome to the Unity podcast number 2. I'm Somppi.
I'm Riccio.
And I'm Batty.
And yeah, we're on our second podcast of the evening. Oh, well, I guess not of the evening.
We're off to a good start, actually.
We're off
to 2.
We haven't failed at one yet, so, you know.
A lot of people fail at one.
Yeah, so it's been...
Take that, people who've failed.
All you non-believers.
All you non-believers, yeah. If you don't believe in us, throw us a like or a favorite. It would really help us out.
If you've ever believed, throw us a like and favorite as well.
Yeah.
I think we're going to run that one into the ground.
I think we will
I don't
too.
think anybody understands why we say that.
For those of you who don't get that one, go ahead and... what do you even
Go
search?
to any machinima video.
Well, there's a joke one.
understand.
Yeah, there's a joke
an
one.
actual
There's a joke
one.
one.
Yeah.
There's an actual joke one.
But, like, just to explain this to people out there, every machinima director always says...
Throw us a like or a favorite, or it'll really help us out.
It'll really help us out.
If you've ever listened to an MP3,
Comment,
throw us a like,
like,
throw us a comment.
Definitely all the machinima people. Like, at the end of this video, we're definitely not going to ask you guys to favorite, like, and subscribe us.
Seriously, don't favorite us. Don't subscribe.
Don't say that shit!
That's not cool.
Don't give a shit.
That's not cool. Okay. All right. So why don't we start off with Why don't we start off with what you've played this week, and we'll start off with Riccio.
Actually, there's a few things I played, most of them demos, I think. I think the main special thing I played this week was Amy.
Oh god.
I know I broadcasted it live actually. Some people watched it. I know you guys were tuning in.
I was for the record, I was the one who donated the money.
Donated
so that Riccio could play this
Somppi himself.
amazing game.
For those of you who don't know what Amy is, it's an Xbox Live Arcade game as well as a PlayStation Network game.
Yeah.
It's $10 on the 360, and I think there's a price mess up on the PlayStation. It's going to be $10 soon or something.
Wasn't it originally just a PSN game, or was it supposed to only be that?
I'm not actually sure.
It was, and then they decided to make an Xbox version of the game.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a survival horror game, much like the old school ones, where it doesn't really control that well, and it's like a lot of corridor weirdness and not really. I can't say funky camera angle, because it's not like fixed. It's actually third person, which doesn't work that well. But yeah, it's a survival horror game. It's a downloadable game. Adds into it, probably doesn't look that great, sound that great, and play that great. In which case, most people said it wasn't that great, and I'm gonna say it wasn't that great. I will still play it.
Yeah, that's the sad thing is you probably will end up continuing to play that game.
Yeah, which is a terrible thing about me.
My favorite part of that was the whole like plot story behind it was Amy, what the title's named after is this like little girl who is verbally challenged is what they say.
She's mute.
But no, they call it verbally challenged.
Yeah, okay, verbally challenged.
They call it verbally challenged. And
she can hear and she looks blind, but she's definitely not. Though she just wanders off randomly, which is absolutely my favorite part of the game when you're like, I'm just gonna pick up this. She's dead.
But it's
just die.
It's absolutely ridiculous because they have no like backstory beforehand. All you get is like a phone call that explains that some creepy doctor dude was like doing random things to Amy, and it sounds really, really just weird.
Especially where it starts off, it's actually on a train that seems to be going around a like 5-meter radius. Just because it's like you see like there's a window and then just like the same 3 trees just going by, like an old school movie with that like reel of paper thing going by. And
like screen tearing.
Oh god, it was like the same picture. But it got to the point where she reached for the phone in like the first like 5 minutes, and it was like.
Also, this game is set somewhere in the future where there's like touch flat panel glass. It's crazy.
I think the concept of the game was really cool. Yeah, especially in the beginning, like it kind of brings you in, like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah. But they didn't. For me, it was like there was no story whatsoever. It was like, hi, I got to receive a phone call. Something she's writing on this really interesting.
Talking to, by the way? Some doctor,
scientist number 2, I believe, in the credits.
And the thing that really threw me off about the introduction there was like you felt like you were missing something.
Yeah. You were missing.
It
wasn't like you were just missing that like little bit. It was like, oh hey, I'm just gonna amputate a limb.
I really think I don't know why I'm doing this. I really think that they were trying to really pull at your heartstrings with the story, considering that they were like, it's gonna be Christmas tomorrow. It's gonna be Christmas. Train crashes. Child missing. What happens next?
And did you see the picture that she drew? And
yeah, the picture. Yeah, I actually did not pay attention to that. It looks
really
happy, and then she's like, oh, jeez, I guess it's bad.
It was like monsters, and there's an explosion, like poorly drawn.
I think
in the
she
background.
like predicted the crash. That's what it was.
Something awkward like that. But my favorite part of watching that and listening to the dialogue, which by the way is written by a whole bunch of monkeys.
Hey,
mashing.
little girl. Hey, little girl.
We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. Is like the dialogue's written by a whole bunch of monkeys, just like smashing their hands on a keyboard.
I feel bad. So I'm pretty sure people worked really hard on it. It didn't.
You want to know? The good thing though is look at it this way: it's so terrible that it will sell well.
That's true.
You know what?
Why did you get it, right? To play it. And as gamers, it is our job.
It is $10 too.
So yeah, which is not
be
bad.
like, hey, no, this is survival horror, $10. Okay, yeah.
And then of course, like, I bet you there will be, somebody hearing how shitty this game is like, fuck, I need to buy that right now and try it. Like
it's weird.
Getting back to the amazing voice, if you want to repeat that one.
I just want to say I kind of want to play it more. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, the voice acting is really weird. I can't even. It's like I don't know what the proper what. I want to say Boston or something.
Jersey, I think it's Jersey. Hey there, little girl. I can't even do it.
It's New Yorker. They were saying, I think, in the chat.
Bronx or something like that.
It's just like this weird taxi driver who's just like really messed up in the face, and it sounds like he's a pedophile.
It's because, hey, little girl. You're like walking to go find Amy, and he's just like, it's not even like he's like walking behind you. He's like dragging his leg. He's like,
he's like,
hey there, Amy.
Come out.
Wow. Wasn't he just a tad bit overweight as well?
Oh, he was just
really
like...
It's just like the person that, like, if you were to find in a setting like that, I'd be like, you can stay there. I'm going to go find my little girl.
Stay away from me.
If she's dead, I'd rather that than be with her.
Yeah, but the worst part, too, is he's, like, bleeding and shit.
Yeah,
and he's like, Amy, come out, Amy.
At least he lasts really long in this game. But, no, I don't know. Spoil it, sorry. No, I just want to go back and explain what it is. It's third person. It's like Silent Hills, kind of. It's only melee, I think. There's no guns, no firearms.
Lots of puzzles.
Yeah, there's a lot of puzzles. There's a lot of weird stuff. It's kind of like Resident Evil 4, where you have to, like, with Ashley, where you got to bring her around everywhere.
Survival.
But this one's with Amy. She's a special girl.
Let's go ahead and describe her specialties.
Okay, so she's supposedly some psychic ability that they don't explain at all, and there's random like letters that are really like demonic scrawled on the wall.
So when she draws letters,
she gets this like power, and the one that I thought was absolutely hilarious that you screwed up like 5 or 6 times. Was she shoots out this appears to be water, and then it expands out into a whole globe, and it's called the Silence.
The Silence. It's like the cone of silence. What's that?
It makes that weird noise.
Yeah, and it's just like
just everything you do in there doesn't make any sound. So apparently this mute girl can shoot silence balls out of her face.
But my favorite thing is you have to carry her by the hand, and you have to hold a button down to bring her along, but.
Which doesn't work half the time, but you have to actually align yourself up. Get that fucking hand. Doesn't work.
But it was really funny for me because watching Riccio play it, he goes to like sneak around a corner and he's crouched, and the hand goes out behind him, but like on a 90-degree angle, and so he
starts flying.
Glitched the game. But it wasn't like she was like horizontally out or anything like that. She let go. She actually climbed up on top of like his wrist. That's a 90-degree angle out and about 3 feet above the ground. And just started bouncing, and just bouncing, wall. And like just up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, and like you were like, okay, Amy, just like off, off.
There's an audio version of this. It's just horrible.
Might want to turn down your volume if you're in public.
Off. But I don't even really know. Oh yeah, for some reason she can also hack computers.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite.
And I think she's like 9.
And what is the other character's name? Lana, right? That's her name.
Leanna,
something like that. And she always tells her, "Work your magic." Your magic.
Good job, Amy. Good job.
Bravo.
Where did she get the skills?
It's a really shitty way to hide the loading screen. Like I would have rather watched a buffer bar go across.
There's still loading screens, which doesn't make any sense. That's just weird.
Really? It was like I don't know if it was really big padding in. Like
it seemed like it.
Like it was just like, oh, you've kind of completed this little area.
Really doing anything. It was You're loading the game, and you were hitting a couple of enemies, and then you were loading the game.
Yeah, it was just not cool.
There's one other thing about that.
If you guys want to see a terrible game,
go check it out, Amy. I feel like we should stop like shitting on it. But
I think the main reason why you guys even got into
wait.
reviews, right?
Yeah.
The reviews that are out there.
Yeah,
I have the perfect recommendation. If there's someone you really don't like, and they've got PlayStation or Xbox, just be like, hey, buddy, I got this really great game for you. Play it. And they'll know by the time they touch the game that you absolutely hate them.
I don't. This is gonna be the Riccio moment where, like, as much as I hated it and it is crap, for some reason I want to play more to be like, maybe this is gonna get
Will you
good.
say it's the best game of all time?
I would not say it's the best game of all time, but I would not say it's the one. Okay, I can't reserve that judgment.
Honestly, what I think you're tugging on is the fact that you used to be a game dev, potentially.
No, not even.
And you see the people, they put work into it. It's a
Yeah,
game,
but it's like
people put hard hours and work into this.
I've seen better Flash games.
Oh, yeah,
well, no,
sure.
it looks the graphics are okay.
It looks
the
like
story
ass.
could have been good. I feel like if they would have been given like instead of making a DLC, if it would have came out as like a disc based game and they would have had more time on it, like it actually could have been
better
pretty
publishers.
sweet.
Who developed the game, by the way?
What do you have written down? Vector Cell.
Yeah, Vector Cell.
I don't know what else they've made though.
I think that's their first title.
First game. That's probably gotta be lenient, right? But
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I there's something about it that's like, I could have been good. Just keep playing me, please. So like, I don't know. If you're gonna play it,
It's like that child with the lazy eye you want to love so much, but just that one deformity just can't
try
do
to throw
it.
your controller across the room.
it's like. Anyway,
wrist straps are highly recommended for this game.
Check out the demo, maybe.
I don't think there is a demo.
There is.
Demos.
That's just horrible.
If not, it's gonna be on Steam at some point. So if ever it's on sale for like $1,
they're working on a PC copy as well.
Yeah,
It's not out yet.
Yeah. Okay. So I played that.
What else?
Followed by another terrible game, as you guys might have heard. Garshasp. I was on an awesome streak this week, actually. God, I want to stop playing gaming. Play this game.
Can you describe, like, I didn't get to see any of it, so I've seen some gameplay footage of it, and it looks pretty God of War-y with the hack and slash style, which looks kind of cool. But can you describe the controller scheme for?
I will in a second. But the only way to describe this game is he is the Monster Slayer. It is Garshasp, and he is the Monster Slayer. So
is it Demon Slayer or is it Monster Slayer?
It's Monster Slayer. It's Garshasp.
No,
that's the French version.
So the controls. Okay, it's a PC only game, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
At least for now. I hope it. I don't know if it's gonna do anything
Take that back a step.
God, we're just shitting on everything that started this.
Jesus Christ.
It's a God of War type game. You can use a keyboard and mouse, but I was using a 360 controller, so I figured that would work better to control this game. But the default config that it gives you is that, I don't know if you guys ever played God of War, but the right stick is usually like, you flick that and you dive around, left stick is move. Well, it's the opposite, so the right stick that you normally use for aiming in games is running around, and then clicking in that right stick pauses the game. The pause and back buttons don't do anything. The left shoulder button is block. X is grab. Y is heavy attack. A is light.
So your hands are...
So those buttons are actually okay, but what's weird about the buttons is that when you're in menus, B button goes forward, X button goes back.
That's a mindfuck.
So you're just kind of like, I want the...
Oh, wait.
Okay.
It's like the wrong thing.
Like, doesn't X usually go forward?
I just dropped
You should be A and X will be like the options, like extra.
It looks very God of War-like.
It's
mashed with a little bit of Prince of Persia.
Can you? Yeah.
But super shitty.
Don't touch the light; it'll fucking kill you.
I feel bad. It's like, sure, these games aren't the greatest. Yes, they're downloadable games. Maybe that's why. But
I don't know. Honestly, I'm really tempted myself to go and pick it up just because. It looks like fun. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Watching was enjoying myself.
Watching the gameplay, it actually looks like a fun game, and I think I would have an absolute riot just playing it because I love games that aren't.
Well, have you guys played God of War before?
Yeah.
Then you probably won't enjoy this one as much.
The bar was too high.
I think what was really awesome about this game is the technology that they demonstrated in making really, really long walls that you can slide down. Because they tried to make a mini game where you just. Like do the Prince of Persia thing where you stick that You stick that sword in the wall, and then you just start going down.
Stick the sword.
So
where is this conversation going?
Oh god.
But then as you're sliding down, this gameplay part is like you're going down like a tower, which you can already kind of see the ground for, but it goes down for like roughly 5 minutes, and you're just like.
You're falling at about like maybe a foot, foot a minute.
But I don't know. I feel bad for just destroying
Camera
I don't know. It could be better.
It could be better. It was not bad. Maybe if like the voice acting was maybe better and like the graphics were better. And
yeah.
So what were the camera angles like?
They're fixed. The one annoying thing that they have with the camera angles is that like they had like the Resident Evil kind of like you walk into a place and it flicks to like the other side of the screen, but
so you see your character but you don't know what's in front of you.
Yeah, well, it's kind of, but like the bad part is that in new games that do that, it'll like say you're pushing forward, it'll keep pushing forward even if the camera is changed. It won't like flick you into the other direction because the camera's different. Mm-hmm. This game does that, so you're like,
oh, get in the room.
So it's really.
Oh god, that's hilarious. That is honestly hilarious.
Yeah, wow, I played bad games this week.
Shit is going.
For me, I didn't really play a whole lot different from last week.
Yeah.
But I will mention that I have logged 9 hours in Binding of Isaac in the past 3 days. So I've been about 3 hours a day.
And how many times have you beaten it?
I haven't even beaten it yet.
Exactly.
And like I just feel as though like I was really happy today because I got to the second last dungeon.
Is it the cave?
It's the caves. Yeah. It's like cave 3, I believe.
Right.
And I had all these really wicked power-ups and everything, but it was just like the shit gets so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You're just like I feel like a really badass StarCraft player because I'm just like mashing the keys and so quickly just like dodging shit, but I'm like but I'm just like around I go, and then like it's one thing and you're just like fuck, okay, like if I don't get hit this one more time, like I'm good, I can find a hurt, I can do it, and then it hits you and you're just like, and you want to just like throw your fucking laptop. And I was in the middle of class today and I should have been paying attention. Pay attention in class. But I was playing Binding of Isaac and I definitely like kind of went in the middle of class, and the teacher like looked at me and was like,
"There's only one way to play.
You okay?"
When you're just like, "I need to go to the bathroom, sir."
Like it was just like, "Is everything okay?" And I was just.
Was anybody behind you? Or?
Yeah, there was a couple of people behind me that were just like looked at me, and I was like,
"What's he doing?"
All right, I gotta leave this one alone. So I played a lot of Binding of Isaac. I also I tried another indie game that I picked up at Christmas that has always really interested me. It's Euphoria. It's a game out on Steam, and I picked it up for I think it was like $6 or something like that. And I've always been really, really interested in it.
Yeah.
And I've tried to play it a couple of times this week, but the tutorial isn't very helpful.
Yeah, it's a little wonky.
And it's a little bit of a wonky one, and it doesn't really describe it. And I've been too damn lazy and addicted to Binding of Isaac to actually go out and find how to play it. But for those who don't know it, you get what's called asteroids, and everything's kind of like a techno-y color, like washed out, like really pastel-y, bright colors. And what you
like a painted, not like painted, but
it's and so what it is you get these little seedlings that then explore, and you expand what's called your empire, and you grow these trees, and they have really good like they have really calming music. Not flowers and grass, but it's like these flying seedlings and on like a white background, and
but it should be known that these seedlings are also spaceships that shoot laser beams.
Yeah, so it gets.
That's where they get you.
Yeah, that's where they get you. I don't know the developer.
Flower or
no, different one.
I think it's from SOPA.
Yeah, it's a really good game, and like I've watched my friends play it, and they've like just been like, "Yo, totally play this, totally check this out," and I'm really interested to play it because I really like games that it goes with the music too, and as you get more, intense, the music picks really up and it goes and goes.
But, like, it also kind of like
just relaxes you out.
Awesome.
So I played a bit of that, which didn't really bring much to the table for me at the moment, just because I kind of got fed up and went back to Binding of Isaac.
Euphoria. Just because I don't know, it's kind of, it is kind of an RTS game, so.
Because you have to kind of control that.
You got to do that, and it's. I find it just to be. I don't know. I actually just listened to the menu screen for a while and just listened to the music, and I was like, yeah, this is good. I like this. All right,
so
best $6.
You swell blood in your pants when you play the game?
Oh god, no, that was a little much.
Whoa.
No, whoa.
I don't know how you came to that conclusion.
Well, euphoria? I don't know.
Euphoria,
Flower,
yeah.
euphoric, put those two words
First
together.
part of the day.
I tried.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So what did you play this week, Badhaso?
Honestly, a lot of Eve.
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Eve, we'll give the update. So if you guys tuned into our first podcast, let you know that these two guys had started out with Eve.
Yes.
And they were trying to get me into it, and I just picked up my WoW subscription and stuff. And so the update is I'm still with Eve. I managed to get through the 2-hour tutorial of hell. Like, if the Euphoria one's bad, but this Eve one just literally pushes you over and kicks dirt in your face.
It's not
there were at least 6 times where they were like, open up this menu, and I was like, what fucking menu is that? And it was a menu inside another menu, and I was just like, okay, you have to put like a little arrow that says open this menu to get this menu.
That now.
Fuck off.
Yeah, they
fuck
updated
right
the
the hell off.
Yeah.
Crucible, to a certain degree.
Yeah,
Fuck
the
right
Neocom
the
is now
hell.
just kind of like
simplified.
It's kind of hard to describe for anybody who doesn't play the game. Like Neocom is pretty much like the side menu. I guess in WoW it would be like the bottom bar where you'd be like click your character sheet or your inventory or your talents.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's that, but it's on the side of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Except for now, it's pretty much like the Windows 7 start bar.
Yeah.
So at the top, there's now like a big E, which is for Eve, that you click and it like opens up like your start bar, but it's like everything that you can go through.
Oh, okay.
You drag and drop it. You can like,
so
these windows are open.
It cleans it up a little bit, because that's what I found when I first started
too
it.
much option.
The font is also huger.
Oh, it's not just like
the font.
I'm playing on a big 24-inch monitor, so it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Playing on like a laptop was actually pretty.
1366 by 7.
You're just like
squint.
Really? Oh, I was
you
squinting.
can make the font bigger though.
Well, I dual screen it sometimes, and sometimes I'll throw it up on my 24-inch.
Yeah,
It's pretty brutal.
Just
sometimes.
with Eve, I really like it because it's new. It's completely new to me. It's not. I've never played MMORPG.
No, it's still pretty new for me
like,
too.
and it's.
Yeah,
I'm finding like
that's the enjoyable
we've got about 4 or 5 of us that are playing, and I guess our little fleet. We're nothing substantial by any means, but what we do is we actually like had a bloody riot because we get one guy who's our freighter. Yeah. Everybody else just mines, and there's one guy who just kind of defends us. But
we're not going to say where we are though. Because,
I don't want to get.
We don't trust you guys.
I don't want to get wrecked.
Yeah, because I already had some pretty bad experiences.
But it's actually like doing that, and we all get on Skype or like Mumble, and we just chat it up and screw around.
Some Netflix, or we play some Minecraft while we mine and Eve.
And
that is awesome.
And it's hilarious because
can't be more productive than that.
Yeah, no, like I've got enough monitors that I could probably play like Binding of Isaac, Minecraft, and another one another time. It's just I love it like that because it's fun, and even like I'm finding myself being like, man, I want to get some more money, like I want to get this ship, like, and for me that's the part that's just it's pulling me in because I'm like. I look at your ship, and your ship's like pretty cool, and I'm just like, ooh.
Not even that. I find that just like when you go to a spaceship to dock, you're done your daily routine. Oh, look at that spaceship. It's so nice.
Actually, I saw the coolest
really
ship.
Nice
it was an Amara ship, but this thing was it was named under the category like interstellar freighter.
Oh yeah,
and this thing was fucking huge. It was like my ship about the size of a grain of rice. This ship about the size of a car, and it was just like. The guy had the capacity of like 1 million something cubic meters, and it was just like, holy shit.
I think it's the best when you like undock and you're just like, oh yeah, chill my new ship, what's up?
Boom! You see a big shadow over you. You're like, what's going on? What's going on?
But it was pretty funny because
I guess I'm still new.
I ran into my first encounter with pirates.
Oh yeah, like actual people.
Actual people.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was I was out docking from the station, and going to warp, and. Right outside the station is a Sec 8. So I poured out and I got stopped mid warp, and like there were 3 guys. I was just like, oh crap. So I'm boosting away and trying to get away, and I managed to get warped back to the station, but the guys followed me. And so I'm just like chilling at the back of the station, just like, what's up?
1.0?
1.0. And they just like all these drones came, and then like all these other people that were chilling around the station were just like, pirates? Yeah. What do you think you're doing here?
On them. They'll make money if they kill them.
Yeah, and like I watched one guy try and warp away, and I don't know what the guy hit him with, but like he tried to warp, he was just about to go, and then this big like bluish ball smoked his ship, and he just stopped, and immediately this other guy just railgunned him, and it exploded, and I was like,
I think it's my favorite scene.
Fireworks.
Where there's like they're flying one direction, it's like, oh, okay, they're getting ready to warp. They're
See
gonna
the ship turning.
But it was hilarious because you know how your pod comes out and you can go away. I watched this guy shoot another like the guy beside him, and they were in the same fleet. One guy shot him, popped him with a railgun.
Yeah.
The other guy aimed on the little pod,
Which means he lost like a lot of his money, a lot of his time.
Just shot him,
ship.
shot out his pod, and it was just like, wow.
It's a warning to you pirates: don't mess with us. We'll come after you.
I won't.
By come after you,
I will.
Go hide. We will duck and run, and we will get you killed by.
Yes, but
people.
by people who are better than me.
Crucible came out yesterday.
Yeah.
It's the big expansion for. Well, they have big expansions almost pretty regularly for the game. I think twice a year.
Yeah, I want to say twice a year, but at least once a year.
I'm actually really excited to log on because I haven't had a chance to log on and check it out. I've just been doing my training and getting that up, so I'm really excited to see the new user interface to actually go out and do a couple of things.
We're starting to really generate cash here. We're getting to the point now where we can start PvPing.
It's really cool. Like,
it's pretty fun.
I've had so many people ask me like, "Why are you playing Eve?" Like, I got it on Steam, so whenever I log in or open it up, it gets a little pop up on people's screen. It's like, "Hey, Riccio's now playing Eve," and people are like, "Why are you playing that game? What's so good about it?" And it's hard to really explain. Now do you guys understand? Like, it's
comparing it to other MMORPGs. Like I played WoW, I played EverQuest, I played a lot of stuff actually. I did do a little bit of Ion. I got a trial from a buddy and tried that out. I couldn't do Ion. It was like the WoW grind was bad enough. The Eve grind's pretty bad, but the Ion grind, it's like, hey, you want to party up in a group? We can't do that till you're level 20. It's like, okay, all right, I'll just go kill a whole bunch of animals by myself. Like,
couple of days.
will rule the day.
So it's grindy.
Yeah.
But when you get people who join you, and like I've actually noticed that a couple of people in our fleet, like when I sign on, they're like, "Hey, buddy, what's up?" I'm like, "You're talking to me."
With every MMO, it's really like it depends on the people you play with, but like there's when I'm talking about why Eve is so good, it's not even like the gameplay itself. It's not even like what it is. It's like
the interaction with people.
The way I was trying to explain it to people is like, it's like this way to feel. I don't know how to explain it without sounding really shitty, but like, say like
sound shitty.
Say you're like, maybe not you're lazy or something, but you want to go, you want to have a feeling in your life that you're kind of like doing something, like building up to something. It's a kind of way to do that lazily. And it's awesome.
A passive game.
You're like, yeah, man, I'm getting like better ships. Yeah, I'm getting money. Yeah, I'm starting a corporation.
But really,
like,
you can play the whole game with one click.
Yeah, but I mean, like, most games do that, yes, but there's just this weird sense of ownership and that everything that Eve, the way they
I think
like you're learning too, so it's almost like it's
the thing with me is I played WoW, a little bit of BC.
Yeah.
Didn't really raid much in BC. I did a lot of raiding in Wrath of the Lich King, and then Burning Crusade came out. Don't get me wrong, Wrath of the Lich King was not the hardest raiding stuff. BC is not the hardest raiding stuff. Well, BC was harder, but Cataclysm, I feel like they're just kind of spoon feeding me gear now. It's kind of like, here you go. You want this really sick gear?
It's gonna only take you like a day now.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a day. And like,
actually, it'll be like massive spoonfuls of like tons of shit.
Yeah, so with Eve, it's not like it punishes you for not knowing what you're doing. The players punish you for not knowing what you're doing. But the game is like, okay, you want to get this. You want to get this wicked ship.
Yeah.
This is the market value. You can either buy it at this higher one where you are, or you can go travel. And I went and traveled like 20 hops.
There's risk involved in everything.
And I went through some low sec areas. I was like terrified doing
it's
it.
Like everything you do, the game's like, hey, you did that. Good job. High five. But like,
you're a winner.
But don't do anything bad, because you're just gonna lose it all.
Don't go anywhere.
You do one thing bad, and the whole world just comes crashing down on you. No, the whole universe comes.
But I find myself really enjoying it.
Oh yeah.
Because it's
the unknown, right?
And I don't know a lot of the items yet, and I'm still like training and like
we're scratching the surface. There are like things, there are like actual like game mechanics that we don't even know about.
Yeah, I'm really excited that
it's insane.
The fact that the map is only like 30% discovered.
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what the exact.
Pretty
I know a lot of it probably isn't, just because like it's big open spaces. That, like, I don't think you really fly.
And like you don't hear about a lot of MMOs where the developers are ahead of the players.
Yeah,
it's always the players like feed me end game content.
Yeah.
This game is like no, we're ahead of the players.
But it's really cool because you look at the map, and it's not just your standard generic map where it's like, oh, here's these different areas. It's like you click on a map and it's like, and it expands out and like rotates. And you're like,
when you first click on it though, it just shows you this little pocket. You're like, okay. Then you just start scrolling back. You're like, oh.
Like you're getting
dear
high,
God.
like you're getting high off the,
there's
just
so
your life
much
is gonna gone.
shit.
And then you're just like, you're in this green zone, and as it's going back, it's turning like yellow and red, and you're like, this is unsafe. You're just like, I'm just gonna stay right in this spot.
I'm good right here.
I'm not going anywhere outside.
It feels like real life, basically. There are people out there that feel like confined to one city in their life, and it's kind of the same experience, but it's a video game.
Well,
I was that realism. Like,
I was redoing. I was redoing some of my tutorial stuff because you actually get some wicked cash doing it, and one guy was doing the same thing as me, and I just ended up we ended up fleeting up and just chatting for a bit doing it, and the guy's got like 3 characters, and this is one that he's just doing for, I think, speech is what he's doing it to sell things, and he's just like, yeah, you know, I've explored a lot of this area, but you know, like I've got a shit blown up here, so I never go back to that area. And like I'm thinking of trying this different galaxy because I got a buddy over there that says it's really cool, and it's like, it's not like, oh yeah, these areas are all explored, and it's like, oh hey, I'm gonna completely try something else.
Like, oh, well, level you 30. Okay, you should go to like
you can stay in one area for the whole forever. You can stay in one area forever.
Yeah,
like literally.
It's pretty cool. It's really cool.
Yeah, I think we should get away from you though.
Yeah, so for sure.
We'll come back.
I feel like I can see us talking about this like so much. It feels like we're selling this game.
Yeah. Okay.
Check it out. It's really sick.
Yeah, and if you do want to get it, I think Riccio still has a couple of trials.
We all have some trials.
I got tons of trials to get.
So if anyone wants like
I still got a 60-day. I got a 21-day. Got tons. So feel
so
free to send a Twitter message to EunityGaming, and
we'll definitely.
I mean, we'll help you out too.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot more fun playing.
Don't target us though. We'll be very, very angry.
That's the worst. The first time.
Don't target anything. How about that?
This was the last story I'll tell on Eve, but the first time I exited out of the spaceship after doing all my training and stuff, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my spaceship and drive around, and I was like, hooray! And I like flew out, and immediately this like red icon appeared, and it was just like, what the. And I immediately docked again and just like I walked away from my PC. I'm just like, I'm not going outside.
There are times where even you won't feel safe in high-sec areas sometimes. Just like you want to stay inside. Like it's the unknown. Space is the unknown, right?
One day I'll sum up the courage to fly out. But until that.
I'm shaking my head, guys. It's terrifying.
But speaking of other games, I also checked out the demos of 2 games this week. I don't know if you guys.
I caught one of them.
I know at least you guys saw Azura.
Azura's.
I don't know Azura.
It's Azura.
Azura, I think.
In the game, it's like Azura.
Azura.
Well, the Japanese developers.
Yeah. So Azura's
the
Wrath?
North Americans would say Azura's Wrath.
Yeah, Azura's Wrath though. It's coming out for the PC.
360
PS3. 360 PC.
PC, but I think it's delayed.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But I'm not too sure on that.
I don't think. Let's just say 360 and PS3 for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's that game looks.
In Capcom though, they'll release it on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, they usually do.
Yeah. So, do you want to explain kind of what the actual?
From what I could tell from the demo, because I haven't actually seen too many videos on it. It's like I want to say like God of War style like action adventure type game.
It reminded me of Shadow of the Colossus. What I saw.
There was
a little bit, yeah.
At least the boss fights.
The big epic bosses, right?
It's like, how can I explain?
The introduction was really funny for the demo.
I don't know if there's any
hilarious.
If there's any like platforming to it, like God of War.
I think it's like DMC, God of War, mashed together.
I want
just having sex.
I think instead of Devil May Cry, I would almost say Bayonetta.
Yeah.
It's really over the top.
Like, it is excessive.
Really cool stuff in that game. I cannot even like describe it. Like the art style is awesome,
the best way that I would describe it is your character is this dude with like 6 arms.
He has no arms.
Oh yeah, he's no arms.
His arms blasted.
He has arms, but he doesn't have arms.
It's kind of weird. Yeah.
But he's fighting. He's a fighter. And like they don't give away a much story, and this is the first time I've ever seen it. I think it's another one in a sequel.
The demo says it's chapter 6 and 11 of the game.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what's up, Blake?
We have no idea what happened.
I think they're motion activated.
Power just go out?
See, this is the technology. We are working in one of the most high-tech
I'm going to go figure this out. You guys talk about this.
Yeah, so,
okay. I think it was SOPA. They're trying to shut us down, guys. What the fuck is going on here?
So
anyways.
the way that I would describe it would be like
Get up, stand up. I turned on the lights. Sorry, that's one.
You're this guy who's fighting other fighters, but they're not just generic fighters. They're really badass, and then you're also
your level, like the fighters.
No, they're above you, and you're trying to like prove your worth with lots of screaming and punching.
It's a lot like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
it's very Dragon Ball
it's really cool.
You want to fight me?
Super Saiyan. Yeah, basically.
But for me, what was really cool is the second guy you fought on the moon. You fight him on the moon. And you fight with your fist for a bit, and then he's just like, "There's one thing I love more than women: alcohol." And the other thing that I'm probably not going to say on this.
Over the top.
And it's like
it's
like
right?
it's women. Alcohol and I think fucking is what they actually say or something like that.
I don't think there's no
something like prostitution.
Yeah, but
it's
something like that. But then he's like, "There's one thing I love the most. It's my sword," and he pulls out this sword, and it's
my sword.
Okay.
And he really digs that deep.
He uses that sword.
Sword.
Yeah. I don't really know what else to say because I don't know if there's platforming in between. But
they just like throw you in.
It looks really sweet. There's a lot of QuickTime events. Though, but they're actually pretty cool.
Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
You screwed up a whole bunch of them.
I kept on podcast.
I think you were enjoying the puns and the jokes a lot.
Yeah.
Way too much.
But no, check it
the
out.
cliffhangers
awesome.
retarded at the
ends
end.
on a crazy cliffhanger.
Oh my god! We're not gonna February.
It's February 21st actually.
Oh, yeah?
But there's a demo out, so if you guys want to try that,
check out the demo, guys.
Yeah,
it's actually one of the
cliffhanger is worth it right at the end because even if you don't like the game, just what happens at the end, you're just like, oh crap,
I want more.
They
do a really good job of that.
Yeah, that was.
It's good demo.
Yeah, I might borrow it from you. Ooh. Just like if I can play Amy, I'd love to.
And, what was the other demo?
I played The Darkness 2. I'm gonna say it right out loud. Kind of didn't really enjoy the first game.
Oh, I love the first game.
It was good.
I'm crying right now.
It was good.
I
and then
love
I was just
the first game.
Oh, I'm gonna stop for a week. Where's the map? I don't know where we're going.
What was your issue with the first game?
I really liked Hell. I really liked
Hell. I got past spoilers, Hell and stuff, but
which one? Which version of Hell?
When you're like, wow, I don't know if I'm mixing this up with Jericho. When you go to Hell, do you get guns that are infused with demons too?
Yes.
Yeah, they're like, it's your pistols, but they kind of shoot.
Yeah, okay, so I got that stuff.
Those little,
No, they don't shoot the little ones, but you can call the little ones up, and they.
So I think I went to Hell, got out, and it's like.
Was it the Nazi?
Yeah, I did that stuff. And then I left, and then it's just like this. It was telling me to go do something when I got out, and I was back in like the subway station.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I stopped for like a week, and I came back to it, and there's no map, and there's no journal thing. And I'm like, all right, I'm done with this game. But
one of the things I really loved in it, and I kind of hated it at the same time. I really enjoyed the combat in it because I felt it flowed nicely.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It flowed really nicely, and the powers of your like actual darkness tentacles, like and the finishers where you'd like rip out a guy's heart and like
eating the hearts, ripping off arms and legs,
and like
but the loading screens were cool too.
Yeah, the loading screens.
Was it like little? What's the word when people talk?
Cameo.
No, they say like one huge paragraph of text. And they talk about themselves in like plays and shit, whatever.
Oh yeah,
they talk a lot. It's cool.
But the one thing that really pissed me off was it was I think right near the beginning of the game. Yeah. Your powers are starting to manifest, and you're starting to become the grease bag Italian badass.
Oh Jesus! Okay. Thank you.
Speaking of that, I love the intro.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's fucking awesome.
But what happened was like. You had to get
Darkness 2 or Darkness 1?
Darkness 1.
Okay.
You had to get into the church where you had to like move a car or something like that.
Okay.
But it didn't really tell you what you had to do, and so I ended up like trying to figure a way to like get over a fence or something, and it took me a couple of tries, and I just was like, okay, deep breath, think this through, and then I was like, I accidentally summoned a minion, and he like moved a car, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, so explain the Darkness 2.
The second one, the demo starts you off in, I guess, a restaurant where something
an
crazy.
Italian restaurant.
Yeah, an Italian restaurant. I don't know what's the point.
Was it like
the guy's Italian.
Yeah,
No, he's Italian.
He's Italian.
No, yeah, but
Italian works for the mob.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about that part though. But I think you're the son of the dude from the first game.
Oh, okay.
Because they keep saying like, I think at one point in the demo they say, oh, it's just like your dad or something. Like I didn't read up enough about this game to know the story.
I'm not gonna say
I'm kind of just keeping it blank.
Play the game.
But so you start off in a restaurant, shit goes down really fast.
Pretty fast.
The
first thing that happened really just kind of. I was like, what?
Yeah. The first thing that really surprised me about that game is
really
the art style. Yeah,
Is it same style art style or is it a little upgraded?
It's picture Borderlands with really high res cell shaded texture.
Like
very
slight cell shading, but
it's pretty intense.
Yeah,
That's
but it's like.
But you find like when you look at like weapons and certain things, they look really real.
How can I explain like the look? Did you guys ever play 13 on like the Xbox?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like that, but if you were to picture it now, looking really good.
Oh, okay.
Basically, on the next
kind of
platform.
I guess I'm not to make anyway. That when I saw the graphics, though, I was like, this is really
they
cool.
Have more
like,
dismemberment.
I was
kind of go more.
I really enjoyed The Darkness.
Yeah.
And so I'm probably tonight after this podcast gonna go home and download the demo.
Makes you feel like a badass.
And I might even pre-order
who
it.
doesn't enjoy that, right?
Yeah, I mean, within 5 seconds, it's like, hey, well, at a certain point in the demo, you get the darkness powers, and I'm just like, okay, I got this. Guy doesn't need a head. Shoot that. Just gonna throw this dude in the corner, rip your heart out.
Dual wield weapons, get Uzi.
Like, give me like 5 seconds. I'm like, this is just really cool.
And you can like grab people and like throw them
you
around.
rip them apart. Like,
fucking love it.
Grab like a car door, use it as a shield, like throw it, cut a dude's head off. Or just,
Whatever.
touch me. What's up? Oh, light!
Can't you also pick up people from like across the map as well?
Yeah, you can just pick up like.
Do they still have? Do they still have the like
right through
really,
their head.
really like creepy like darkness voice where it's like
In the demo wasn't as insane though.
It's like inside your head.
You sounded more angry this time.
I was like kind of
I
gruff.
think you angry
But yeah, in the
somebody.
first one.
You're not like a guy with like pecs like paving slabs, are you? You're kind of still skinny
I
and.
don't know.
That's why I really liked like the Darkness
He's got
one.
nice legs. You can see
The
that.
thing that I don't understand is like when you play from the first person perspective, he's like really tall when the darkness power comes out.
Yeah.
And like, what would it be like to see that in third person? That's what I was like.
Well,
the
it looks
tentacles
like
coming out of his back.
It looks like the darkness stuff is actually lifting him off the ground though, because he kind of like crawls out of like a burning building and like he's up and then it's really
okay.
weird. I would creep the crap out of me.
It works. It works in first person. I think the game works in first person. That's the way it was designed to be played. But what are the controls like? Because you're controlling all these different things.
So I played on the 360 and I tried it last night on the PC.
Okay.
On the consoles, I'm gonna say it feels really good because the easiest way to say it is imagine you're playing a game where you're wielding 4 guns. You got your 2 triggers. It's like one gun. One's gonna either be the second gun you have in your hand, or it'll be
a darkness power.
What's that?
Aim.
Aim down the sight. There you go. And the 2 bumpers, or L1, R1, is like one is like whip your tail back and forth thing.
Okay. Tentacle.
Yeah, tentacle back.
Japanese
and forth.
style.
Yes. And then the other one is grabbing. So you're just kind of like. It's all really accessible, and you can like. Also, the whipping is when you push the button, you can flick the stick to kind of choose.
Oh, that's sick. That's awesome.
Which works really well on consoles, I have to say.
So you have full control of the darkness.
No, that's really fucked up.
Recommend playing it with a controller.
Yeah, I when I played it on the controller, it worked better, just because the way the controls are set up on the PC is like Q is the grab, middle mouse is the swipe.
Okay.
So just imagine like you're running in, you're holding like whatever, you're moving around. You click in. So you're trying to click in with your middle mouse, and then you got to swipe upwards if you want to do like if you don't swipe it, he still does like a default one.
Yeah.
But to do like special moves like whip him in the air, cut him in half, you have to do swipes. But the delay on it, like when you're on the controller, you can kind of go like you know that flick, and how it works.
Yeah.
When you're doing it on a PC, like you don't know when the dead zone ends, and then you start like looking up into or looking down or looking to the side.
So controller is
it's really weird. With a controller though, it works really well.
It's still not out yet, so they might change the control scheme.
But that being said, like you can get used to it. I just didn't feel like it. I guess I was a little lazy.
You got spoiled by
but
the
like,
controller.
but it just don't let that hold you back from not playing that game because that.
I'm definitely gonna download it tonight and try it out. I'll plug in my 360 controller.
It was just after like kind of like I didn't hate Darkness 1, but after that bad thing I got from it, I was like,
do you still have it?
Yeah, I have it on PS3 though.
Okay. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I happen to have a PS3.
Oh, nice. Yeah. But
I'll bring a mattress
I was
to
like,
your house.
this is gonna be okay. Like, sure, I'll download this. Let's give it a shot. And it surprised the hell out of me. I have to say. Like,
that's awesome. That's really
that's
good.
Coming out actually in February.
February
7th.
Lots of games coming out in February.
Like next week.
Yeah, holy crap.
The 20th month's almost done.
This is 25th today.
Yeah,
no, today's 26th. 26th.
The 26th?
I think today's 26th. Let me just...
No, yesterday was Crucible. 24th. 25th.
Use the magic of the internet. Yeah, today's the 25th.
Or are we?
I know jack
See,
shit.
we're lagging, guys. We have lag.
Actually, we're back in time by the time you're probably watching.
Yeah.
Is there anything else game-wise that you guys wanted to...
This week?
This week?
There wasn't a huge amount that I played this week, to be honest with you. It's a little...
It's that dry season, getting our backlog, getting through that backlog.
I did a lot of my backlog during the Christmas break, so I don't really have much that I'm playing.
During Christmas break, I know it's something you play a lot. Stalker, I started getting back into.
Oh,
It was
yes.
the first time I've actually played it during Christmas, or that break, and I know you've played it.
Okay, so...
of that game.
So for Stalker, for me, originally, one of my buddies... who's a big first-person shooter nut was like, "Okay, you have to play this game. You have to play this game." And I was like, "Nah, man. Like, I'm good. Like, it's not my style. Open world sandbox environment. I kind of like the linear stuff at this time, like Half-Life and stuff like that." And so, not leave me, but like, I was big into Half-Life at the time, and he got me into Stalker. He gave me a copy, and he was just like, "Okay, just sit down and play this." And I ended up playing on the first Stalker game. I think it's Shadow of Chernobyl. I ended up playing 49 hours.
Did you play it during launch when the game was broken?
No, I played it after they patched it.
When you say 49 hours though, like how many of that was like, did you replay the game?
I've replayed the game probably 5 to 6 times.
Oh wow. So how long is the game if you were actually to go through it like
in one sitting?
20 to 30, I think.
Because there's a lot of side quests and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like the first couple of times I did it, I didn't really do a lot of the side quests. Okay. So you can hammer through it in about 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours, if you're fast.
I actually want to go through this.
Like
and also if you're not scared.
Like with me.
See me, I'm just scared. I'm terrified.
If you watch my broadcast.
Yeah. With me, it's I'm not hugely jumpy, but I can still go, oh shit, like. But with me, like I lucked out pretty quick in one of mine. Where I got a really good weapon right off the bat.
Okay.
And so I just kept upgrading the weapon, and I ended up mounting a grenade launcher on the bottom.
The M4 thing?
Yeah, no, it was the
I just got the M4.
Oh, you got the M4?
This is so much better than the AK.
Yeah, well, mine's the I think it's called the. It's a large version AK. It's not the 74U.
Oh, okay.
It's a large version AK.
I know what you mean.
Is it
because
the 74M?
The one that's blue or whatever.
Yeah, it's greenish, green and bluish.
Ice kiss.
Yeah, I managed. What happened is like immediately out of the first Stalker base. If you go to the right, there's a military base, and if you walk toward, if you walk towards it, they like, I'm gonna fuck you up if you keep walking. And so I just kind of hid in a bush, and there's one patrol guy. And as I was watching this patrol guy, because first playthrough, I'd never know what was happening. These mutants came out of the woods and just fucking overran the military base, which shouldn't happen. Because they keep spawning, and so I just was like, all right, I'm gonna just go fucking load up on everything that's here. So I just looted all the corpses and like dragged it back and forth. I think it did like 10 runs. So I had this really badass assault rifle, and it's like it's the equivalent of like giving a level 1, a level 80 weapon, and just being like, oh hey mutant, and so I went through it pretty quick, and then just kept upgrading it. Yeah. But I find in that game I keep hoarding everything.
Well, do you want to explain this? I don't know if everybody knows exactly what Stalker might be.
Okay.
It's like a...
Stalker is an open world sandbox environment.
Do you guys remember what Stalker stands for? It's an acronym, eh?
I can't remember.
Something of the zone.
Yeah.
Something crazy. But basically,
yeah.
the game
it's
set in...
it's the way that it's set is wherever Chernobyl.
Saying that it's open world, it should be said that this open world in a way that there's huge maps that connect via loading screens.
Being loaded screens.
So there's instances.
Yeah, the closest thing I would put it to would be you're given a massive sandbox for one area, and then it's like, okay, you're done with this area, shift to the next one.
A good example
you keep going back Crisis 1.
Crisis 1, yeah. Same kind of deal as Crisis 1.
Yeah. So like, you can keep going back, I think.
Yeah, you can keep going back.
Yeah, okay,
so it allows you that ability to keep going back. It's really awesome because it's set in kind of a post-apocalyptic area, Chernobyl. So the whole backstory is the Russian government was doing experiments with like brain power and psychic stuff, and they had a huge meltdown, and there's something called, I think it's the hive mind or the mind, I think is what it's called. I can never remember that. I'm mixing up things, I think. And and Chernobyl exploded, producing the zone. And so the zone is this huge area that's like all irradiated, and it's got patches of terrible radiation. But what's really cool is they've got what's called anomalies. And
pockets of radioactivity.
They're not understand what the hell those things are.
No, they're not just standard like, oh, I'm dying from radiation poisoning. Like, you can walk into an anomaly and you hear this beeping sound, and then it rips you apart.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you're like, what the fuck fuck did I just happen to
That
me?
game doesn't have checkpoints. It has a random autosave.
Yeah, you can't.
You
Don't
can
the
make your own
F5
save.
is F5 is
Yeah,
quick
there's
save.
quick saves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're not used to like quick saving really often,
It's
or
true.
Yeah.
if you're not afraid you don't quick save every time.
Mm-hmm.
But me personally, I played the game in launch. I think it came out in 2007.
I think it was an 07 or I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
no, I want to say 07. I
Yeah.
It was by GSC World. A lot of people don't know who they are.
Yeah,
They're Ukrainian.
they're Ukrainian.
So they actually live in the country where the radioactive meltdown actually occurred.
I don't know if
Like
it's
Chernobyl's an
Ukraine.
actual event.
I think
For all you history buffs out there, it's a real event. It actually exploded.
Oh yeah,
In the 60s.
Yeah, it didn't explode quite like it does in this game though.
Yeah, no, but this game
No,
just takes it
it's-
to epic proportions,
Yeah.
basically.
As if like, 'cause there's mutant everything. Like, isn't there's like mutant dogs.
There's mutant dogs.
Lots of dogs.
And you are right, it's set in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, but like it's
I heard someone say there's like psychic rats.
yep.
Yeah,
There's
a lot
psychic
of
rats.
weird things.
Yeah.
One of my favorite thing in it is is the zombies, and they were people that are just kind of like their brain's been turned to mush. So they have basic motor functions, and they
Still
can.
shoot really well.
I
Why?
can shoot from 100 meters away, no problem.
And-
No shot.
Yeah, it's really really funny because they are a little dumb, and if you do crouch, they just kind of like meander by you, and they're like.
I don't see you. I don't.
And
I don't
so-
see anything.
I was playing in one of the lab areas, and there's a couple of zombies, and I managed to pick them off, except for one guy who just had a shotgun, and I was really low on health, so I just climbed up a ladder, and all you hear is this, and the flashlight moving around looking for you, and so I've got my AK, I'm crouched down, I'm like pointed, where I think its head's gonna be because the flashlight's pointed out, and I'm like, okay, come on, and then I hear the sound getting like louder, and I'm like, what? Like did he climb a ladder?
Audio plays a big role in this
Yeah,
game.
and it plays a huge role. And
the ambient
I
audio.
hate it.
And so-
This scares me.
And so I turned to my left, and coming out of the table, or like out of the catwalk,
Yeah.
was the tip of the zombie's head. Starting, and he didn't climb a ladder. He just randomly started hovering up through the platform, and I just kind of freaked out at this point and shot him right away. And he didn't fall back through, or he didn't pop back up through the texture. He was about halfway up, and his arms and his head just started it's like he was possessed, and he's just flailing and flailing. So
The Oblivion effect?
yeah, the Oblivion effect. So I just literally jumped off the platform and looked down, and his legs are doing it too. And then I just kind of like watched, waited, burst out laughing, and as I started laughing, it's like somebody just ricocheted him off, and he just like went through the whole like texture area, and
Nothing
he
to do here.
just disappeared. And I was like, okay, moving on.
Yeah, but they also have multiple side stories to the whole Stalker series.
Yeah, I think there's about 8 of them in the first Stalker series. There's 8 endings,
Oh, and the ending.
and it's some of the endings can be as simple as one thing.
Okay,
Other
like,
ones,
don't you dare say anything.
Don't you dare!
like one thing will
Stop, criminal scum.
one thing will like change an ending.
Yeah.
But then there are some other things that are a little more complicated to do it. There are, I think, 4 what are called the true endings.
Okay.
And they're the standard good, evil, neutral, and then I think there's one where you're just an asshole.
Gotta love those ones.
And then I think there's
Everybody is dead. What do you want?
and then there are 4 endings as well.
Okay.
But they're not as badass as what people call the true endings.
Okay.
And they're pretty cool.
Like, is there like, is it really obvious to know how that you've like messed up? And,
No,
like,
no, that's
okay,
the thing.
so
See, when I
it's
first
not like, hey,
It
you
makes
should
it feel
probably
like,
kill
oh,
these people
This is the right ending.
or not.
like when I played it, it was I did my first run through, and I got one of my endings, and I was just like, I did not fucking expect that at all.
Okay.
I was just like, what? And then I went back to this buddy and was like, okay, what the fuck just happened with this game? Like, this just fucked my mind. And he's like, okay, you know how to play it now. You know you're not going to get like screwed over by everything. Go back, play it a second time. It's going to be completely different for you. And if you play it differently than what you normally play, you'll get a different ending. And I went back, played it again, and I was like, oh yeah, this is completely different. Went back, played it again, and just like
Went
different places, did
Yeah.
different things.
Yeah.
Didn't murder a
'Cause, you know,
village.
there's no order in this game.
That's a big thing that'll probably change something.
There's no order.
There's
at
no.
all.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
Oh, yeah.
And so
here you go, here's a gun.
Try to talk to someone and be like, so what'd you do in your game? Did you save these people? I kind of killed everybody.
I just made a big pile of bodies, burned them, walked away.
Thank God you can't make them naked.
Oh, man.
The Nakenator. So you can do a lot of stuff like that where subtle little things build up over time and they change what you do.
I believe it also changes the people you interact with as well.
Not so much that way. There are 3 main factions. Well, technically 4, maybe 5 if you really want to. Yeah. There's what's called the recruits or the newbies. They're the ones that are just kind of brown clothing with jeans and they've got really shitty guns. Right. There's the stalker faction, which is what you're branded as. They have tattoos. They're the ones that go into the zone, get the crazy anomalies, and like smuggle them out past the military. Yeah. The military doesn't really play a huge role in this one.
What's the military called again?
They're just a military.
I think it's just
then there's the bandit faction, which are just people who are bad. Then there's what's called duty and freedom. And duty, I believe, wants to protect the world from the zone. Yeah. So they're kind of like the policing force. They'll kill bandits.
Everybody inside of the zone.
Not so much everybody, but just stopping bad things from happening and it expanding. And then
are those the dudes with the helicopters?
Both do.
I like when bad things happen and things expand.
I think when I played for the first time, helicopters gave the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's the military flying over. And then there's duty, and then there's freedom. And freedom is the one that's like, the zone is magnificent. It should be shared with the world. So everybody can be fucked up like we are.
And then there's also Stalker.
There's Stalker Clear Sky, which by far is the shittier version.
Those were not developed by the same developer.
Yeah, they were developed by the same developer. Everybody was
World?
Yeah, everybody was developed by Yep. Okay. And it is ass. I think I played 3 hours of that one and then was like, fuck it, I'm done.
So there's Clear Sky, there's
Shadow of Chernobyl, and then there's Call of Pripyat. And you don't play as the same guy through the whole thing.
Okay. That's what
you do change characters. Like, I think Call of Pripyat happens before Shadow of Chernobyl.
Also
and
a real location.
And yeah, they're all real locations. And then Clear Sky happens in the middle of Chernobyl, and it's really weird. The timeline's really kind of messed up, and they jumped around a lot. Yeah. But even still, they're great standalone games by themselves.
Side stories.
Yeah,
and now they're developing Stalker 2.
They're developing Stalker 2. There was a really big scare that everything, because one of the lead developers posted,
we're shutting down shop.
We're shutting down shop.
Out of money or something.
Yeah,
they said that they were
right out of money, and and then people were rousing support, and there were petitions and stuff like that. And then what happened after Christmas, I think it was this year, after Christmas, there was the same tweet from the same guy saying, no, we're working on it. We got this.
We got this.
Yeah, we got this. And so that's going to be my number one game for me looking forward to, just because
2013.
I played so many hours of it, and I've crapped my pants so many times to like crazy jumpy zombie things, and it's just like, Jesus Christ.
Big bulldogs with like the morphed heads.
Actually, those don't terrify me.
The only thing that terrified me in that game was spending an hour in a 5-minute area because of invisible people. Yeah,
no, not knowing what's going on, hearing sounds, not knowing where they're coming from.
That's the worst, because
that's the worst.
If you do play with, if you are gonna get the game and you're thinking about investing it. If you can wait for I think it's a spring sale, the next Steam sale. Yeah. You can pick up the game for like $1.50.
You get all the games for like $5.
Yeah, they're totally worth it. Yeah. And
countless hours.
If you play with really, really good headphones, and you just isolate out the world, and you're just kind of like.
When I was playing that first zone, the invisible people kind of show up. It's like you're in this underground tunnel, and there's like all these you're hearing like pipes drip. You're hearing like this weird electrical thing exploding, and then you go down and you're like, this feels really ominous. There's like a fire over there. Okay, I'll walk over, and then you just like you're walking in this hallway. And you're like, you're like, okay, what the fuck? That just angered me. Like, I don't want to even do this.
Just moving all
I just see like these 2 red eyes coming towards you. I'm like, I'm just gonna go.
Walk away.
Well, the worst is that like it's.
You know what I used to do? I used to mute and just.
That's the worst. That is the worst.
I play without it. I know. But honestly, the audio adds that like scare.
Yeah, especially when you mute halfway through a scream and you're just like, so when I undo this, it's still gonna be screaming.
We're pussies. We can't handle it.
I thought it was.
I am not a wussy. I just like moving sound, loud noises out of nowhere.
I really loved it.
Yeah, I really hope. I have the time, I'm gonna go through all the Stalker games before Stalker 2 comes
You
out.
you can do it in about, I would say, 10
I've got
to
a
20.
new mission now where I have to beat the 2 Mass Effect games before.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
I've already beaten them. I just want to do them
Oh,
on PC.
just a quick update on the Stalker 2. It's scheduled to be out on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360.
Oh, so it's coming out on consoles.
It's going to be console released as well.
Exclusive PC.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
thing.
so it's looking like it's going to be it's going to be released on December 23rd, 2012.
Really?
That's what it's saying.
I would say tentatively.
Yeah, tentatively. If it does come out before Christmas, fuck Christmas with my family. I'm literally just gonna hunker down and
Stalker time.
it's gonna be Stalker. It's gonna be a Christmas of Stalker.
That is the weirdest way. Oh wait, you guys were playing this Anomaly game? I was playing this one where you creep up to windows and you just stare in. Oh god, Miss Anderson.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Did you see her Anomalies? One was lopsided.
Whoa, careful! The other one shocks you.
Oh! Can't think of a fun one to say something about nipples. Oh, Jesus.
If you have any puns, post them in the comments.
If you like puns, feel free to let Fave know.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man, that's absolutely.
Oh yeah, something I really want to bring up. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, Dear Esther. It's this.
I had never heard of it till.
I showed you guys a video real quick,
Yeah.
but like it doesn't really explain what it is.
No, it
don't
looks
really know.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It just looks
Stunning.
gorgeous. It's
There's actually what I find looks okay. To kind of jump back, it's like it. I don't even know what kind of a.
I know
I
it's
want to say
$10.
it's a game. What?
I know it's $10.
It's $10. Yeah, it's coming out actually like next week or something. Like on
Ah,
14.
fuck yeah.
But it's a $10 game that's gonna be available on Steam. That it's called Dear Esther. It seems to be like almost like a, not the proper way to say this, like a graphic novel, not in a type of drawn, like you're literally walking through storyline things. I don't think there's any real gameplay or puzzling stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's literally just exploring and having this story, I think, narrated to you. Like, I don't really know. It's based off, it was based off a Source Engine mod that happened. And I think somebody picked it up and was like, this is really good. Like, I want to put a lot of, I want to turn this into something awesome.
Yeah, commercial product.
It looks really interesting because I don't know, like I think the storyline could be actually really good.
Did you play the Source one?
No, I never actually played the Source one, which is I'm kind of.
It looks really cool,
Yeah.
and
From what we've seen.
from what I've found about myself with playing Skyrim, I love exploring environments and doing that.
This
Same with
environment
Minecraft.
looks
Like
it has-
I'll be in a tunnel
Yeah.
for 9 hours and then
especially if
realize.
the story's like worthwhile, if it really catches
Oh,
you.
yeah.
It's really emotional. Like I think the storyline is you get shipwrecked and there's some like it's a story like betrayal, like loss of like maybe your wife or something. I don't. It's really I don't want to know about it until I play it.
Yeah.
The trailer doesn't show you anything. It just shows you environments.
Yeah, but the environments are like
It's all in-game footage too.
And it looks amazing.
What really shocks me is a lot of games usually when they draw environments and there's like grass and lots of that stuff, it's like sprites, so it's like these 2D flat things.
Yeah.
In this, it looks like
Full
It's
3D.
actually there.
everything is like rendered. It's all moving.
It's there. Everything's
wind,
moving. Like, the
Yeah.
wind is moving.
I hope they've got wind physics because if they have true wind physics, it's gonna
Yeah.
be.
Water looked
Thinking
amazing.
technologically, like if they get away with that, it'd be easy because if there's no enemies, if there's nothing that the AI has to keep doing,
Yeah,
if they
that's
just put everything into the environment and the sound and everything.
I'm hoping it's gonna have a little bit of like a puzzle question aspect.
I
I hope
you
so.
have to get around, so I'm pretty sure maybe there's gonna be something on that end.
But I don't want it to be
too
like
much.
I don't want it to be like solve this problem or you can't
No,
cut the rest
I don't
of the
think it's
story.
gonna be missed. Like I don't think so.
Like,
No.
what was like the message in that trailer? It was kind of pushing towards like the heavy rain kind of thing. Like
For me,
like, you don't have full control of the story, but you're having an
I think it's
experience.
it's like. I think the easiest way to kind of describe from what it sounds like is it's like a book that you're walking through.
You're walking.
instead of turning your
Yeah,
page.
exactly. That's a good way of putting
You're
it.
just like,
Yeah.
this is happening. Like this, I don't know.
You're
It's,
in it.
Yeah,
it's
this-
really weird.
Yeah.
Check it out. I think the
we'll
website
probably
is
put a
we'll
link
put a
down.
We'll put it in the description. You guys can check it out.
www.dearesther.com. It's gonna be
Yeah.
There's a
$10
hyphen. I think there's a hyphen.
Yeah.
There's a really sweet.
It's an amazing
Trailer,
trailer,
I
and
guess?
and it's that trailer is backed by a lot of big
Yeah.
names.
Yeah, that's got the Escapist, it's game,
Gamasutra.
Gama
Yeah.
Sutra.
GamePro,
Edge.
So there's a lot. Like these are big publications, and
It's also backed by Unity.
It's backed by us as well.
You can put
You
us
got
on
the
video.
Unity stamp of approval.
It looks really cool.
I want
It looks-
stamp. We have stamp.
Oh shit,
should
we
get
have
a stamp.
stamps.
We want stamp.
We should get a
Fuck yeah.
That's not fun. Anyway,
It looks good.
yeah, that looks really good.
They don't really tell us what engine they're using.
No,
I
they.
think
It's definitely not
proprietary.
Source.
Yeah, I think they designed it themselves.
I'd hope so, because then they can really get away with it.
They can really get away with
The developers are China
Room.
The Chinese Room?
Chinese Room.
Chinese Room.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Chinese Room is who made the mod itself. Then there's one guy, I can't remember his name. I think it was like Robert something.
I guess he bought the rights to the game.
He either bought the rights or he was the one who's like, we need to make this into something awesome. So with
Invested a fair amount.
That looks really sweet.
So he's like the producer.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That sounds pretty awesome.
That's good. Yeah. So it comes out next week.
February 14th.
Okay, so we got a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So definitely check that out, guys. It's going to be an exclusive for Steam. It's just downloadable.
I don't know if it's going to be exclusive. I know it's going to be on Steam.
Yeah, they'll probably release it on console if it does well in the Xbox Live Arcade, or they'll do it on PSN.
Yeah, but right now they're just saying PC, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if they'd be able to get away with that on 360 and stuff like. I don't know how much power it's in.
Yeah, that's true, because it looks.
The cave, like the lighting on the cave.
It's got dynamic lighting. It's got looks like it appears to have wind physics. It's like
everything. Like everything's in there.
I
know we're coming off as probably huge graphic noise, but like you guys gotta see this.
It's gorgeous. It is honestly gorgeous.
But it also looks like storyline wise.
Yeah, the music was very serene.
I think it's gonna be like really touching. Like it's gonna be one of those games.
Emotional.
Yeah. You're like. Not like Amy, where it's like.
I hope there's people who can hear us around.
Groaning noises.
There's some sweet indie games coming out.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I don't know what's been going on the last few years.
They're exploding.
Indie game. This takes us to actually the whole tower thing that you were showing us earlier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's
another one that Riccio showed us called Castle Story.
Castle Story. I stumbled upon it on Reddit.
Oh. But now we're gonna be downvoted into Oblivion. Thank you. You want to take a quick stab at it and explain it a little bit?
Yeah. So the easiest way to the easiest way to kind of explain this game is Minecraft without really blocks everywhere, but it's kind of got blocks everywhere. But it's an RTS like you. How can I explain it?
I think I got this. Okay.
Imagine like Warcraft or something without units that has units, but the build thing.
Okay, you're butchering this. Okay. Butchering. So it's it's
floating islands.
The original is an iOS game, right? It's for
no. There's no. This is completely different. It's just completely different.
Where did you get that from?
It's made by like a straight indie company that I'd never ever heard of before.
I don't think I wrote down the name.
No, I don't think it did. And what it is it's RTS above, but you're isolated on floating islands. The islands themselves are made out of little square blocks.
They're not really.
They're not square.
They're bars. Rectangular prisons.
No. The bars is what you can build. It's kind of like voxels, like in Minecraft, except for there's also like half blocks and it's smooth and there's not just like square.
It's smooth and stuff. And what you do is you find these little yellow men. I can't remember. He called them something.
I don't know what they're called. Let's just say workers.
Yeah, workers. There's these little yellow workers, and what you do is you get them to mine and you get them to get wood and stuff like that. But what you do is you can't just immediately place the items down. You have to get in a certain amount. But what I found to be really cool was you then did what's called blueprint blocks, where you place them out, and what would happen is the workers would immediately find the shortest path and start building it for you. Then you had to build stairs to go up, and if you didn't have the stairs, they'd stop working.
And when you build, it's not. Well, I think you can do half blocks, which are like squares, but it's kind of like normal bricks. Like you wouldn't just place like Minecraft where it's like square. You kind of have to like interweave them to make like a locking system.
And
I'm a very good builder.
You actually need to build
good
stairs.
And but it's really cool because they in the little video they showed how they mine and stuff like that, and how they pick the shortest distance and such to go.
I mean, a lot of that still is like it's gonna get changed a bit. They were like hugging the walls because that looks like
alpha.
It
was alpha footage. But what I found was really cool was they did a little bit of a physics demo for it, and they filled up a castle that was pre-built with barrels of explosives.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. And what happened was copyright. And what happened was they exploded it, but it blew outwards and then fell backwards.
Well, it's using the Unity engine.
Unity engine,
which is like a browser-based thing. But anyway, that just allows them to do some more stuff with it.
And so it looks like really, really cool physics. It's not like when they fall, they just stack up. It like produces a pile.
Yeah, and I think
Rubble. You have
yeah,
to clean
there's
up the
rubble.
rubble.
But like it's
It deforms the terrain.
yeah,
It
deforms.
deforms,
Which is cool,
yeah.
'cause it's not like Minecraft where
Deform,
it just
yeah.
destroys like perfect blocks. It'll literally like make like
And even when you're building caves as well, like you
Okay.
actually like have to dig through the floor.
Yeah.
And you can see it like it's really smooth. Too.
It's really neat. It's
looks cool. Yeah.
It looks
it's
cool.
called Cave Story or Castle Story.
Castle Story.
Castle Story. So
I think
definitely
the developers are Seropedia. Or something?
Theropod.
yeah.
Theropod.
Something like
It's
that.
a
we'll put the link in
dinosaur.
the description also, but
Yeah. It looks really awesome.
from what it can like from a gameplay standpoint, they only showed building so far.
Mhm.
But it looks like it's gonna be maybe like there's gonna be some PvP involved
Combat.
as well as like
Monsters.
monsters. I'm thinking like maybe tower defense because it looks like you can turn these dudes into like archers or like fighters.
There's
and
concept
do, like,
art at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think like
They're hinted towards that.
it reminds me of this game that's gonna be coming out that they announced at like VGAs. Where it's like you build up something. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
at nighttime things will come and fight you or something.
Yeah, I
don't
can't remember the
what
name of it.
it's called. But
Where it's like you build with junk.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know
I
shot,
forgot
but I
it's-
totally
but
forgot
yeah.
what it's called.
I kind of got
Is
that
it?
vibe.
I think that was a.
It was made by EA. Wasn't it
I
EA?
wouldn't say Cliff, but Epic
Clippy?
Games at least.
Epic.
Epic,
I know
Epic,
but,
yeah, Epic Games, yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it reminds me of that. So it's cool because it looks like it has like Minecraft, RTS-y vibes with like a tower defense maybe, or like adventure.
They might throw some zombies in there.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I'm kind of
It
really
looks
curious
cool.
to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's one of those ones that if you got 5 minutes,
Yeah.
take a look at it.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of
Really-
stupid when
Stuck
Riccio
out.
was telling me about it, but then like I actually saw the
Yeah,
physics
check
and
it
how it worked, and
It
it,
looks neat too.
it looks pretty cool.
I like that.
The
I
graphics
like
are kind of
the edges.
cartoony.
Yeah, I like that though.
I like the colors though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the color's so
vibrant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like-
poppy. That's not the standard shooter
Oh, no.
spectrum of steel and dirt.
Yeah.
It's
I like steel and dirt. Steel and dirt.
And also, like, you can fall off the floating
Yeah, you can-
islands.
Yeah,
right?
you can actually keep digging so far that apparently you fall through your floating
fall through,
island
yeah.
into the ocean and die.
yeah,
Which is great.
which is absolutely hilarious.
But what I was trying to say earlier, before we started the whole castle story, was comparison with the Zynga.
Yeah, the
That's what I
Zynga.
meant with
Oh,
the
that's what
iOS.
you're talking about?
Zynga and the
That tower,
bits.
Yeah. You said tower, and I was like, castles.
Sorry.
Castles.
Well,
Castles.
It's stacking. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
really play
bit-
it before.
Yeah.
Bit.
Bit tower? No.
No,
tower?
bit is it's tower.
Oh.
Tiny Tower is the
Yeah,
game,
Tiny Tower.
and Dream Tower.
And wow, that sucks. I can't remember.
Fuck, we are terrible at this.
We're horrible.
Anyway, the company that makes Bit.
Shit.
Damn it, I can't remember.
Zynga. And
Zynga, and it's the company's Bit something.
It's N-Bit. N-Bit.
Bitnom.
Bitnom.
Bit something.
Something like that.
This feels. I feel sad.
We,
with you.
we apologize
We
to the
don't have
developers of this
We're with
game.
you.
We apologize.
We're
Yeah.
with you.
But so what's
Yeah.
going
So,
on?
so what happened is I don't know exactly the full details, but similar to a lot of iOS games where you'll kind of get like
Boss
rip-offs and people copying off each other when it's good ideas.
happens.
The people who made Tiny Tower, it's like this game where you slowly get money and you build stores and residences and you build like this apartment complex that's kind of also just a tower.
Does it
that
go
just-
up?
It just keeps going up and you compare with your
Tetris.
friends and it's just like a kind of
So
brainless game going on in the
the
background.
Zynga game is called Dream Height.
Yeah, and what's the
Dream Heights.
Dream Heights.
Is that the ripoff?
And that's the rip-off.
Yeah.
And the game that they're ripping off... No, Dream Heights is the one that's ripping off
Yeah.
Tiny Towers.
Tiny
Okay,
Towers.
so Tiny
Zynga
Towers
is
original.
Zynga is producing
Yeah.
Dream Height and...
And side by side, both games look almost identical, other than like the Zynga one looks a little bit cartoony.
Nimblebit.
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 That's what it's called.
And pretty much Nimblebit is a company of 3 people. Zynga is like 2,000
Two or
something.
2,700 and
And
something.
what happened is I think Zynga,
2,700.
yeah,
2,789 people.
unless somebody just got
Almost 2,000.
Yeah, unless somebody got fired.
I think a couple probably.
But
got fired.
the thing is that I don't know if Zynga just announced the game or if they just finally
They
put some
released it.
screens- They released it. That's what happened.
I believe
Okay.
they released it.
And then
And Zynga's
Nimblebit-
known for all their poker games, right?
yeah, poker
Yeah.
and with the
Blackjack.
Words with Friends,
and all that stuff.
Hero
They just keep
Academy.
gobbling stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
But,
pretty huge now
They
in
got a
the
big chunk
market.
of the cell phone.
But anyways, what happened is Nimblebit, I guess they finally saw maybe they hadn't released anything before that, and they sent them a direct tweet with side-by-side screenshots of their game versus Zynga's and saying like, this is really sarcastic, but like,
We
like,
noticed-
oh,
They're
sweet.
poking fun.
You guys really like getting your...
We really
what was
it was like, congratulations, we noticed you were about to launch a new iPhone game called Dream Heights, congratulations. And then they say something like, I'm glad we can inspire you
Yeah,
with
that's-
our...
yeah.
With
Future-
our...
yeah, I hope your future games are going to be also inspired by us. Or
Or
like,
other
they-
games.
Yeah, and it's...
Basically saying like, oh, keep copying us.
Oh yeah, no, it's... We wanted to thank you all you guys for being such big fans of our iPhone game of the year, Tiny Tower. Good luck with
you
your
guys gotta check it out.
good luck
I'll
with your
put it down in
game.
the description. It's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Good luck with your
So you got
game and
2,000
such. It's pretty
You
funny.
got 2,800 people copying 2 people.
Yeah.
3.
I think what's good
Two or three people, yeah,
to
three
note
people.
that I think you brought up is that like Nimblebit is 3 people,
Mhm.
and
Zynga.
Tiny Tower actually looks way better. Than
Oh yeah, it
Zynga.
looks. Zynga's stuff looks kind of like.
The Tiny Tower is actually like 8-bit and it looks really kind of like it has this really cool aesthetic. Zynga's is like cartoony. It's got like the chubby face characters that they have in like most of their other
Games.
Kind of like, oh no, I'm thinking of other.
No, they have a lot of weird
Yeah,
faced
it's like
characters.
the-
Everything's kind of like glossy and
Yeah.
cartoony.
Shiny,
But I don't know.
I don't know. It's
It kind of sucks that that happens because I really.
It goes to show you now that indie developers are starting to take over, like in certain aspects of
Yeah,
the game.
I mean,
like
they're making some really sweet
good money. Yeah,
games. I mean, it shouldn't be expected that they're supposed to suck, but I mean, like they're making.
They're getting
They're
really
great
good
at
stuff.
it. I think
And
the
for
biggest
small
thing is
groups-
they're not controlled by their publishers.
yeah, they're not controlled by
And-
publishers and they're self put
Yeah.
out. And with Steam, there's
Yeah,
a lot
especially
more.
Steam,
And Steam, the App Store, the Android Market Store,
Yeah.
like these, it's just great avenues to get
and
games
Bungie's
out.
actually starting Crimson. I don't know
What's
if you know
Crimson?
about
I
that.
haven't
Crimson's
heard the
basically a
name.
platform to help indie developers
Really?
make mobile games.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so
I don't think
a lot of people are pushing for indie
Yeah.
stuff now.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Bungie.
Halo.
I know they are,
Who's
but
Bungie?
they broke off from Microsoft.
Yeah, they're their
which
own
I don't
LLC.
think was a good thing.
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't know.
That's another talk.
I don't know. That's another talk. That's another talk.
But yeah, I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I think there's some. I don't know
There was
if we
speculation of
Some of the
lawsuits.
things been to court a few times, but I don't know. If
I think they're gonna probably sue them.
Yeah, they'll sue them.
Yeah.
Have we
I would.
I don't know too much about the copyright law. I don't know if you can just be like, look, it looks exactly the same. Like I don't. I don't do
Yeah.
good enough.
Yeah, it's
But,
pretty
like,
iffy. Yeah.
But even still,
Because
like,
it's
on
competition, right? You
Yeah.
can't
On
go
my
against
own-
competition.
on my own kind of like morals, I would definitely buy the not Zynga version.
Obviously,
I would buy
yeah.
Tiny
But a lot
Tower.
of people wouldn't know
I don't know
that,
if
right?
Zynga's gonna be
Zynga,
cost, though.
Zynga has huge market share. They have huge ad revenue.
They've got a really good business model where they offer all their shit for free,
Yeah.
and then they're just like, if you don't want ads, give us $1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, especially the way Nimblebit did Tiny Tower, it was just like, oh man, see, like there's an elevator to move people up and down in your tower,
Okay.
and it's like, oh, is that elevator moving really slow for you now that you got a lot of floors? Well, if you want, you can just
Pay a
pay us some
couple
money and this
dollars.
will move a little faster for you guys.
I hate waiting.
So
Fine, I'll do it.
yeah,
Here's $1. Take it. Take it.
I hate those games, but I love them. So it's like $1, yeah, man, totally.
It's totally worth it.
Totally.
Yeah, I used to play a lot of what's it?
It's like Steam sales.
Restaurant Story or whatever.
Oh, Diner Dash.
Diner
Yeah, Diner Dash is one of them. I love those games.
Really?
Like they're so addictive.
It's like what I'm finding with.
I'm embarrassed to say that, guys, but I fucking love those.
It's like what I'm finding with my free games right now. Like I'll go through all the free games on my iPhone, and then I'll be like, oh, I really want to play the other levels of this
And
game.
they'll also be like, oh, if you buy our other games, then we'll give you points towards this game.
Yeah, and you're just like, that's a fucking steal.
Yeah, it is. It usually
That's a
is.
fucking steal of a deal.
That's why I don't play games on my iPhone anymore. I used to spend like really $50 like a week.
Oh wow! Holy
It's a
shit,
fixed
that's an
spending,
A
upkeep.
month. I'd be like, what? Oh, but this game, $3. I should stop
It's
now.
only $3.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of really cool apps available for most
Yeah.
mobile devices now. Like,
Yeah.
there's apps to control your PC at home to VPN. There's
Oh, yeah. And the app
fuck,
market
it's-
is huge.
and it's not even like it's just the iOS because the iOS is so similar to like Android. Shit's just being
Windows
ported and it's
7,
just like
all over
just
the place.
getting like moved around retardedly amazing.
I don't know if you heard recently, but Google is actually trying to beautify like indie apps. You know how you get a lot of indie apps
Yeah, that look like ass.
shitty? Google's going to create a platform to make them correspond to the ice cream sandwich update. The 4.0
Okay,
update.
some of the stuff that really bothers me about the Android market is because they haven't been around as long as the Apple market.
Yeah, iOS
A lot of
is
their
stable.
crap looks like a lot of the stuff there looks like
Similar.
ass, and it's just people that are like, "Oh yeah, this we totally just copy pasted all this code and changed the color. Buy our app." It's like,
I actually never had an Android. So.
oh no, I
There's
have
a lot of
on my.
bad apps,
There's a
for
lot of
sure.
bad
But,
apps.
Google's trying to change that now
Yeah.
with the new update.
Yeah. See, like Apple's really stringent about what they put up.
They have you need to be in the developers program.
Yeah, you have to be in the developers
You have to own
program.
the SDK. I think they actually sell it to you.
No, they're free.
No,
They're
it's
free.
free.
Free
Okay.
developer kits.
That's good.
You can actually buy a book at Chapters, and it's like, you want the
Teaches
latest
you
developer
how to-
kit?
yeah.
Here you go.
What
Like,
I've heard though, it's
Sweet.
easy to get on the developers side,
List.
Like, list.
Yeah,
it's
it
really,
is.
but
Literally you send them-
But once you
tough,
fuck
actually.
up,
Yeah.
get the, like
Yeah.
they don't want you there.
I don't know,
They
like,
don't want any garbage on
there was
the
a
market.
there was a couple of people that put out an original SNES emulator,
Yeah, they're
And
banning
stuff
those.
like this.
They're banning those now on the
They're
Android
all-
store.
But the weird thing is, a lot of stuff has to go through like a process of like checking certification. But for some reason, some it still gets up, and then they're like, "Oh, we put that up. Oh, we should really take that down now." So like,
But a lot of like, don't want to endorse this, but there's developers are working on this side to make, third-party marketplace.
Yeah.
Other
There is a lot of that. I think it's
Like homebrew
Cyanogen
thing.
is the main market.
Yeah, the guy who created Cyanogen is actually working on something right now.
He was sued a little while ago.
Yeah, he just got sued. He just walked out of a.
Cyanogen is the guy who made
Created one
the
of the best
third-party app
ROMs.
market for iPhones, iPod Touches, and they also have ROMs for Android.
For
and shit.
Android, he controls the biggest ROMs
Database.
for Android. ROMs are basically operating systems for the Android OS.
Yeah.
It's basically.
And that's why when you go to, that little icon that you on your iPod Touch,
the arrows, they look like recycling bins.
that you pushed and it brings you up to a market. Because if you have it jailbroken, that's what it is. It's a Cyanogen market.
okay.
It's a sign market, and that's his thing.
Okay.
And he hosts.
He's a pretty good programmer.
Yeah, he's a really good programmer. He's the one who jailbroke a lot of shit, and then a lot of other people. I think Black Rain was like 4.5, and then he broke iOS 5, and
He
it's
was
like
one of the first.
it's a really good exploiter.
Yeah, for sure.
Considering he found
GeoHot's being watched right now.
yeah,
He can't do anything.
yeah. So it's I know there's a lot of shit going down with like lawsuits and stuff like that, but that shit just drags through court.
Blame the Americans.
Oh, really?
No, we don't. I blame
Just
big
this corporate
corporations, yeah.
structure, the world.
I blame the corporate structure. So why don't we answer some of the questions that we got from?
Oh, we got some Twitter questions.
Yeah, we got some Twitter questions. Yeah, and by the way, before we start answering questions, if you guys want to check out our Facebook as well as our Twitter and our YouTube page, obviously, if you're watching this, we will have these up on iTunes hopefully soon.
Yeah,
the site we were using to host our iTunes audio was like, nope.
Yeah,
They don't
we're having
support audio
some problems
anymore.
with them.
Yeah,
So,
so-
hopefully within the week, by the time you guys see podcast number 3, we'll probably have it up and running. Hopefully.
Yeah, and we'll put it up, and we do apologize
Should
for.
be there regularly.
Check out our Twitter. We'll probably post like some more information. On that once we have it.
And like I said, we'll have all the stuff in the links down at the bottom. And we will answer your questions on cast as well.
So yeah, if you guys actually want to submit questions, every way that you can post comments, whether it's the YouTube page or whether
Facebook.
it's the video or Facebook or Twitter,
TMS on YouTube.
Doesn't
we
matter.
have an email that we have in the description if you guys don't want to use any of those.
We
social
will
things.
read them eventually.
No, I'm pretty good at every day. I pretty much
every day
check the.
Oh, we're checking. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start off with
yeah, we
with the questions.
we got 3 Twitter questions.
Yeah.
Do we say who they were from?
Yeah. So the first question was kind of a tough one to answer. It's from Sweet 2. So I guess it's a viewer from one of my broadcasts. From one of my broadcasts. And his question is, what are your top 5 favorite games of 2011?
Oh man,
That's a tough one.
That shit's really hard.
My head just melted
I feel like we're gonna do
in
some
multiple directions.
Game of the Year award. crap
yeah,
Right now,
But,
right now, like
so-
on the spot.
I know we had a list here that
we do have a list.
we were gonna go through some of it.
Kind of
Starts out, no, it's down here.
Okay. So I guess we'll start off with this for January. We've got
Well, let's
the
just
big ones. So we got Little Big Planet 2, Mass Effect 2,
and
Dead Space 2.
Yeah.
Any of those you really tweak?
I'm gonna
your
go ahead.
interest?
I'm gonna start writing down a list here. I think I'm gonna say Dead Space
it's
2
that
is
bad.
one of my top.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you want to keep a tally for us?
Sure.
Me, I'm gonna have to say I really enjoyed Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2. That
fucking
was
amazing.
I really liked it.
Amazing. I cannot wait for the demo on the 14th. By the way, guys.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep away from all the leaked Mass
yeah.
Effect 3
So
stuff.
much man.
Like I said in the previous,
God damn you, internet!
like I said in the previous podcast, please don't be that
I
asshole
know.
who
We should
literally
have like a media blackout.
like-
Like, what is this?
like
Oh, because of the demo thing that got hacked.
yeah, like don't be that asshole who literally goes, reads up everything, and then tells all your friends and spoils it.
Yeah, the good thing is that at least it doesn't seem to be happening that often with Mass Effect 3.
No.
I mean, there was
It's
some story things that got leaked, but I don't know how bad it is. I don't want to read about it to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for January, did you?
I want a virgin taste of
I would
the game.
I put down
That
some.
sounds really bad.
I'll put down some Mass
I
Effect
like
3.
virgins. I like virgins.
Okay, this is weird.
This is weird.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
Top 5 video games, dude.
Top 5 video games. So we don't really have a huge amount. We've got a lot of games in February, but none of them that really
notable ones would be my Marvel vs. Capcom 3, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Bulletstorm if you like the wacky stuff.
Bulletstorm.
It's okay.
And then we've got Killzone 3, which I
amazing,
bought Killzone 3, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it's still in the wrapper at home.
I took it out of the wrapper. I did play an hour of multiplayer. I wanted to. I'm not gonna high five.
I waited actually 4 weeks to play the game. I had it just sitting there. Just
really
didn't want to.
Really?
That game was actually pretty sweet.
Now it brings us back to March, where I'm gonna mention Rift. It's not one of my favorites. I just want to mention it. I just want to mention it because I thought the concept was really cool, but it just smashed on its face. Really?
Really?
What the fuck?
How did you even?
What the fuck is wrong?
Wow.
I was gonna do the grayscale thing, and then
get the fuck out! Get the Unity is.
Not
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Good,
Oh Jesus
Really?
Christ!
That actually was
Did
really
you get into
awesome.
a guild or?
Yeah, we started. I was with like 10 friends. We went through some.
Oh Jesus Christ!
But
we've got
Dragon Age 2, which is a huge letdown.
Yeah, Dragon Age 2 was a huge. I'm gonna mention I loved the fire textures, which was literally a 2D fire flame that was X'd on where the fire should be.
Oh,
so when you walked around, it's not even like it rotated.
PC
And like,
or
on all of them.
Oh jeez.
And it was like when you rotated around, it wasn't even like you could just,
you could
the texture did
see
it. It was you could clearly see the intersection point. That's what I needed to mention there. We got Homefront, which is
decent for a 3-hour game.
Wasn't bad. We've got
2?
Shogun, Total War Shogun 2, which
was actually pretty awesome.
Actually surprised me because I really enjoyed Secret Police. That was really cool. You could get a thing called the Secret Police, and then they'd like kill people that were plotting against you and stuff. And it was really cool.
He's not good at keeping secrets.
Secret Police. Secret Police. There was Yakuza 4, which I actually thought was a fucking riot.
Over
Did you actually play through it?
Yeah, I played through it.
I never played the Yakuza.
It was a fuck because like he learned his moves in the most retarded way. Like there was one where this girl is the hot tub, or like this guy is riding a bike and like he like looks at it and goes and like next time he gets in a fight, he picks up a bike and goes and like wails over everyone.
I've never played the Yakuza games.
But
they're pretty
really
over the
should.
top.
You really should.
I wanted to play 1, 2, and 3.
But it was really funny for me because I really like one of my favorites was this girl was gonna get like mugged and she like suplexes the mugger and it's like this tiny little like Japanese schoolgirl suplexes this big man and it's just like and then starts dialing in his cell phone and then like you can suplex people after that and so it's just like obscene. I loved it.
Yeah, try that one.
So put down Yakuza 4 for me. Yeah, absolutely was amazing.
Only 5.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
I thought we were doing the Game of the Year thing. We have to like cut some down after.
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood for me was just fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I loved it. We've
Still
got
finished
We got Tiger Woods PGA Tour 12. That
was awesome.
Anybody golfs?
No, I honest here though, I actually enjoy golfing in real life.
Yeah, golfing in real life is a little bit different than doing that.
You guys really, is this serious?
We've got Conduit 2 released in April. Yeah, on the Wii.
I played the first one.
We've got Mortal Kombat. Portal 2.
Portal 2, yeah, that was actually
Portal 2. Throw that down.
I actually enjoyed that. Yeah, put that down for me as well. No, I enjoyed that.
That brings us into May, which we'll start off with.
Why don't you mention Mortal Kombat? Anybody Mortal Kombat?
Mortal Kombat?
Sweet. I don't know.
Not fighting games, but it was a good game.
The story was actually really cool to play through.
I never played it. So
really, the story was actually the most craziest thing.
The story was awesome.
Oh yeah.
I can't believe they actually managed to fit a sweet story into it.
For the first time ever, eh?
Yeah.
First time ever.
That's pretty sweet.
I enjoyed it.
That brings us into May, where we'll start off with Brink, which
it was good.
Bethesda.
You can't say Bethesda. Bethesda just published.
Okay, Splash Damage.
Yeah.
Coming for you.
Like what?
I enjoyed Enemy Territory Quick Wars.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. The thing that I thought was really cool.
Like that.
It was, but
it made me cry.
It's a really cool concept of the whole like parkour, like everything you can run over and stuff. But from what I heard from other people, I'm kind of taking this with a big mountain of salt. That it was just horribly unbalanced.
Everybody was joining one faction. It was just way too overpowered.
I played it for a good week when it came out.
What were the two factions again? Totally
Enforcers and
Rebellion or
Rebellion.
Yeah.
But
it was actually really awesome if you had people to play with. Okay. But it was just what I think what killed it is that it was a $49 game and it was nothing but multiplayer.
Oh, really?
So I think if that game would have came out and would have been like priced
Wasn't
as
the
just a
single player
multiplayer.
like bot fighting kind of thing?
It was only bot
Training.
fighting. You could get people coming in and stuff,
I
but
did
like.
not enjoy that.
I think if it would have started off at a smaller price point, it would have been a sweet game.
Yeah,
So it was
the beta
actually
was awesome.
really, it was really fun
I
to play.
enjoyed the multiplayer beta very much.
Yeah.
So-
the game came out on launch, and there was a lot of promise.
Next, May's actually a pretty good month. We've got Terraria, which was another indie game, which we'll probably talk about on another date.
Yeah.
We've got Fable 3. We've
I
got...
love holding
playing it.
people's hands and bringing them into my house. Okay, I was playing that game and I bought a house and it's just like, hey, here's a gift condom. I was like,
Really?
sweet Fable.
I played Fable 1 and 2, but I didn't play Fable 3 yet.
We've got the LA Noir, which was
That was
was
awesome.
pretty badass.
I liked it. I didn't
Rockstar.
finish it though. So
Really?
Oh,
We've
no,
got
okay.
one of Riccio's better games, The Witcher 2.
Woo!
Yeah, that's a good
So we've got that, as well as we've got one of my favorites, Kung Fu Panda 2. No, I'm joking.
Dirt 3 was kind of cool, except for I didn't like
Dirt
any of
3
the
was
gym,
awesome.
the gym count and stuff.
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I enjoyed most about Dirt 3? The UI.
No, really?
Yeah, the triangles and stuff.
The menus. The triangles are fucking radical.
Oh, cool.
And the music.
Yeah.
Those two things are just...
Yeah.
The racing.
So
Gym count though.
that brings us on to June, where we'll start off with Infamous 2.
I actually missed out on that one.
I didn't touch it either.
It's
I've got
a good game.
Infamous
You guys
1.
should definitely play it. It's an amazing game.
Red Faction Armageddon,
The one that
which
killed it all.
killed it all. Then we've
But that's
also
cool because the rest of that company was working on Saints Row the 3rd.
yeah, that's true.
It's true.
Which actually,
Sounds like a good
run.
I was also doing some research on THQ, I believe it is.
Okay.
They're not looking so hot right now.
Really?
money-wise.
Stock-wise, eh? I
They're
heard
stock-wise. They're
yeah.
down pretty hard in their
Their stocks are
stocks, and
down.
they're
I don't know, man.
I
After
heard a
Saints
lot.
Row the 3rd got
no,
published,
dude, no, man.
Didn't sell.
If it had,
Didn't sell as well.
it didn't as well as they sell as
Yeah.
as
it's
it
as well
should.
as they sell as one.
Didn't as well
No,
as
they
sell.
they always have high expectation. Well, not them.
But it wasn't the
That's
fact
in
that,
general.
but it was just like they were taking some pretty big hits on some of the other releases that they put out that they promoted a lot.
because they were focusing too much
Company
on that.
Heroes Online and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and so they lost a lot of cash, and then it dropped their share value pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
And there was some other stuff that I'm not going to get into because then I'm just going to start ranting. We then have Child of Eden,
Which is pretty sweet.
which
It's
which
awesome.
I've
I'm not
actually
gonna put it down, but that was a sweet
I
game.
played
Yeah,
on
that was
Riccio's
actually the
Connect,
first time
and
as
it was
well.
really really cool.
The Connect works, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Next
Nice.
Then we've got Duke Nukem Forever,
yeah.
which I haven't touched myself.
I think from now on you're gonna start
Whoa.
talking like Duke.
Can we go ahead and just like, I wish I could go back to like 5 seconds, just have you repeat that sentence over and over. You said, I haven't touched myself.
Um,
touched myself.
someone want to dubstep that line? I would love it.
Oh my god! It's a condom.
Throw in the
Fable.
Fable condom.
Child.
Oh god.
Weird, okay.
Oh god. Then that brings us to Fear 3, which
I'm actually gonna put Duke Nukem Forever down, I'm sorry.
really?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man.
I had a
awesome.
lot of fun with that.
Oh, that's
Still
awesome.
haven't played it yet.
We've got a Fear 3, which wasn't bad. I didn't.
Co-op-y.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't my
Actually,
thing.
delved
Okay.
away from the main like ethos
Yes,
of Fear.
it got away from Fear,
Yeah.
but there's something
haven't
about the
touched it yet
shooting in that
because of that.
game
Oh,
that
yeah?
was the best
It's fun, eh?
co-op.
The gun
game.
plays
one of
really
them.
fun.
This brings us into July, which we're gonna start off with
Action-packed, okay.
Call of Juarez, the cartel.
Jesus, yeah.
Which,
the original. Have you guys played the original?
I haven't played the original.
Don't stay away from
Actually,
the cartel.
it was the first DX10
Why
game
didn't you
ever.
do it?
It was the first DX10 game ever,
Oh yeah.
and it was pretty awesome.
Then we've got.
You're gonna skip Limbo, really, dude, bro? Come on.
Whoa.
I hated Limbo.
Oh, we
Wait,
Wait, slap
that
some
doesn't
sense into
sound-
him.
That doesn't
Oh,
sound right. Limbo didn't
PSN.
come out last year. Maybe that's the PC version.
Yeah, it's a PSN version.
Yeah,
Oh,
PSN
okay,
that's why I was
first.
like-
I wasn't a
Came
huge
out
fan of
after,
Limbo.
after.
Before.
Actually,
Really?
one game that I really wanted to try was Catherine.
Oh.
I really wanted to try that.
Naughty
I
Dog.
heard write that down.
I heard it was really good,
Really
like a
nice.
really
If you like,
good
if
game.
you like
Puzzles
passels.
Uh, And then we've got Bastion, which
Really good.
Really?
I'd actually play a lot of it.
I haven't
but-
played
don't
much
know
of
what
it.
it's about.
actually the Limbo for Windows was released after the Limbo for PSN.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
But it
realize
came out
that.
on XBLA a long time ago.
Yeah. That brings us into August for the big ones.
Go back, hold on, let's
Big
go back. I
ones.
swear, never mind. Come on.
Brings us into August for the big ones, which for me that I'm gonna have to write down right away was Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I
Still playing it.
am still playing that and
Yes.
loving it. I am
Yeah.
just it's It's great. I actually really like it. That's really about it for that.
Did you guys play the original Deus Ex?
I played.
I actually one of the buddy who got me into Stalker loves the Deus Ex and swears by them.
Fucking awesome games, dude.
That brings us into the September really.
Didn't skip anything in August?
Not really. We got MNFL.
Sports games always come out in August.
I thought
Age of Empires.
Rock of Ages is pretty sweet.
No, it's not bad.
Tropico 4, did you guys play that?
No.
Not my style.
I delved into it for a couple minutes, but you know, if you're not already.
That brings us into September, where I'm gonna start with Dead Island. Dead Island, which I played on PC, and I liked it.
Horrible on PC.
I really liked it because I could get the console commands, and I turned on God mode, and I just fucking flew and kicked zombies in the nuts for like 3 hours, and then I never played it again.
That sounds pretty fun.
I never ever touched it again after that.
For me, I played it for the first time on the PC. Apparently, for the PC, they released
developer's copy.
The developer's copy. So the game was so broken to the point where it was lagging like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
20 frames per second.
They fixed it pretty fast though. To bring
Yeah, they did, but still, it took like the turning point. I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm playing it on PS3. I went and got it for PS3. Had a blast, but went to the end of the game.
If you're gonna complain about
really sad.
That part of it being broken, the game itself was already
play that game
broken.
on PC.
No, but I mean, like story-wise and gameplay-wise, did you guys actually beat it?
Yeah, I played about 3 hours of it.
It was pretty good.
I was kind of surprised that the game was actually like 38 hours.
It was long,
but it kind of goes in this cool like. What saddens me is the first zone in the game, the resort.
It's not the.
Is the best. It's the best.
It is the best.
I heard you go to a city after that.
You go to a city where the game kind of gets really hard, and then you go through like sewers for a while because everybody loves sewers.
That's when all the gunplay
it's still going down, and then you go into a jungle, which is getting even worse, and then suddenly, spoilers, I guess, you're in a prison, which sucks.
That was.
And then the game ends instantly, almost.
Oh, really? That's not.
I don't know. It was fun though to co-op, but
but something that really surprised me was Driver San Francisco. I
heard the story was actually mind-blowing.
I didn't play it myself, but I watched a buddy play it on 360, and it looked fucking phenomenal. I played Driver on I think it was Driver 2 on the PS2.
Yeah, I played that too.
I played fucking so many hours. I loved I love pissing off the cops and then driving away and then being like parking on the side, just like the cop car drives by me. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking badass. So I think that's gonna be probably one of those ones that when it drops a little lower, or if I can find a used copy, I'll pick it up. Not a bargain bin, but like
the story from what I hear of that game is actually one of the most memorable thing. No, it's actually like the twist or the thing about it that you later on or whatever is apparently just absolutely amazing.
Oh, really?
It's actually probably one of the best stories apparently of this year.
Oh, wow.
Which is crazy. I didn't know this either. People were telling me.
Driving.
Wow.
But what I think was funny about the game, that I started laughing about, is that you kind of like you're in a coma and you're taking care of or control of people as you're like driving through the city.
Yeah.
But which ends up being like. Yes, that's cool. Yes, you're a freaking asshole in the game. So you're like, I'm gonna take over this family.
You can like
switch you
can switch to any card anytime.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can only go to certain ones, but
it's pretty cool how that.
I feel like a douchebag though.
That break. Jesus, take the wheel. Oh God, what do I do now? Then that came up. That brings us up to Resistance 3. Did anybody?
I really want to play that, but
I haven't touched it yet.
The other two very much.
That brings us back to something that I know Riccio picked up for a fucking steal of a deal, and I watched him play a little bit. We were actually on Skype streaming. I was streaming Skyrim to him, and he was streaming me Space Marines for some reason.
Space Marines is sweet, yeah.
And that's what
Space Marines
that ties us into.
You know what? I almost want to put that on my list for favorite for this.
Really?
Because
that hack and slashy like.
I thought it was ass. I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna enjoy this game." And someone's like, "Hey, dude, it's on sale for like $18. You should go check it out." I'm like, okay. And it's got like wave-based multiplayer, which is kind of like horde mode, which is pretty sweet. It's got multiplayer matches, which is kind of like a third-person Battlefield-y weird, no vehicles thing.
Yeah.
But the storyline was actually...
Is it where you like capture the flags and you fly around? Yeah. Okay, I've seen it.
But the story was really good. I didn't expect it. Actually,
I'm hearing a lot of good things about the multiplayer.
The multiplayer was the horde mode is where it was at, but
the population died yet?
There's a dedicated like 200 people who play.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I don't know. Every time I click on it, I find a game instantly. So
yeah. That brings us down to two things that I just want to throw in for the mention. We got a Star Fox 64 on 3D. I don't know the 3DS myself, but I played it on buddies.
I feel like a dick, man. I feel like I'm the only person who didn't really enjoy Star Fox.
Oh, fuck off. I have it for the SNES. I have it for the 64. Like, I loved it.
Oh my god, Riccio.
And that brings us down to Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon. Does anybody play Harvest Moon?
I played Harvest Moon. I didn't even know this fucking Harvest
he's
Moon.
playing
Yeah, Tale of Two Towns.
Oh, it's a DS game, that's why.
Oh, that's why you didn't touch it. And bringing us down yet again, we get
I remember touching it in that month, but no.
we get it down to Hard Reset.
Oh.
Anybody play that?
Yes.
I watched you playing it. It looks really good.
I didn't get to play enough of it. I think the best concept, the concept of the game is like pretty much like an old school Serious Sam, like shit ton of stuff. You blowing people up.
Oh, nice.
Really fun. Serious Sam is also awesome.
Yeah.
Hard Reset's actually pretty sweet for cheap.
Nice,
Like
nice.
$15.
Did anyone play Red Orchestra 2?
No.
Yes.
Was it good? Was it really good?
Amazing.
Really? Would you put that down
I have
on?
to say,
You need some more things on your list.
I wouldn't put that on my list.
You're getting to September, buddy.
The nice thing about the game was the fact that they have 64-player multiplayer.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Epic
Holy shit.
Warfare, they have bots in the multiplayer, and the gunplay was ridiculously amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
Very realistic. Right now, they're tuning it as the most realistic World War II simulator.
I think there's one thing that would be cool to
double
have.
Scopes.
The double
has
scope was
everything.
actually well, because like the
You
sniper
can control your
scope-
focus.
Yeah, but the scope was actually like it's always on kind of, so you bring it up like it's not like loading into it.
Yeah.
So you just kind of bring it up and you're kind of actually shifting the gun around.
That's how you should.
And you can kind of like look below the scope and still see the iron sight, which is really cool.
That's awesome. That brings us down to something I know that Riccio is going to love. That's Gears of War 3.
I actually didn't finish that.
I had a
Really?
blast
want to
playing
play
it during
that.
the marathon. That was my first time playing it. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I played a bit of
was
horde mode, but like, see, the thing with me was, I'm really disappointed because I really liked Gears of War franchise, but I got Gears of War 2. I beat it in one night, one sitting,
Awesome game, by the way.
kind of just hammered it out,
Yeah.
and then I traded in because I had such a
2 or
Yeah, 2.
You didn't enjoy
because I had such a shitty experience in Gears of War 1 with the multiplayer,
Yeah,
and
lots of
just
people,
people like screaming at me
Dominating,
and
yeah.
just like, because I beat the campaign, took me a couple of weeks for Gears of War 1, then got into the multiplayer, and just fucking
You gotta
yelling,
know the strat.
just yelling at me, and I
I
was
think
like,
that's what's tough about the Gears of
whoa.
War series is that the multiplayer doesn't really change enough each one, and they don't really. There's no way to ease into it. Like if you were good at 1, you're gonna be amazing at 2. You're gonna be amazing at 3.
Yeah.
If you sucked at 1, you're probably gonna slowly get better. But it's like
Not good enough though.
you're gonna get more angry than you have to really think the hours. Be like, okay, this is how the mechanics
Yeah.
work. Okay, I shouldn't
So
do
that's
that.
that's
really
why
have to
I
take it
wasn't
slow.
overly interested in it, but
But
even still, I heard the campaign was
pretty
just
good.
kind of ridiculous and good.
the campaign was really awesome. I think the change they did to horde mode was really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, you know what? It was a decent game. I didn't put the time into it to finish it, but I heard the story was actually really good and it was a good ending to the trilogy.
I just
If I would have finished it, I probably would have put it on this list.
I played the
Yeah.
first and the second, but I got 3 hours into the third.
So it should be known that these
Definitely
lists
gonna
are
play.
just kind of like stuff that we've actually managed to play this past year.
There's a lot of
There's
stuff.
a lot of stuff that
Like
we're
our
probably not
backlog,
going to
I
mention.
think my backlog
Did you
is
guys
like
know
50
there's a
games
Game
right
of
now.
Thrones game?
Yeah, it was terrible.
It's
Really?
really bad.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Don't even bother.
Fuck.
I'm still actually getting into it.
That brings us into the month of October, where we start
Everything
off
missed.
with Dark Souls.
I want to.
Ooh.
Too many angry moments, eh?
No, it's so good, but I don't know if it's going to make my top 5.
Then we get into Orcs Must Die.
That was pretty sweet. Good talk.
I haven't really touched that. I heard you guys playing.
Really fast.
We also, I kind of skipped ahead a little one. Rage. What did you guys think of Rage?
I hate everybody who says that game really sucks. It's pretty
Apparently
sweet
the
until
ending was horrible.
Yeah. The ending was pretty bad, but
Yeah.
uh,
Played a bit of it. The
think
thing
it
I
was-
liked about it was the mega texture technology. Like the 1 gig texture technology.
yeah, it was really
That was-
broken coming out though.
It was, but just that idea
Yeah.
was pretty fucking sweet.
I think
But and the driving mechanics were pretty cool.
yeah.
But other than
I heard
that,
it was a pretty good driving
very
simulator.
smooth, and the AI. The AI was
Yeah.
the big
The
thing.
driving
AI and
simulator
the
with
animations
shooters.
Yeah.
were actually really good. You know what?
Butter
The storyline is actually pretty sweet until that final moment.
Oh, yeah?
It really
Yeah.
kind of like gets you like it's bad. It really starts picking up at the end,
Yeah.
and then it just suddenly like it does that Halo 2 thing where it's like, all right, you ready to finish this one? We're just gonna get
Boom!
it.
Right there.
So
Oh, really?
and
Yeah.
we all it other than like the Dooms and Quakes, I don't know if we're actually gonna see a Rage 2 because it didn't sell that well.
Yeah.
Which kinda sucks,
Yeah.
but
Apparently it was
that game
to the
was-
point where the development team got broken up, right?
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I
That
heard.
game
Really?
was really fun.
Then it brings
Yeah,
us,
I didn't
we
get a
are
chance
brought
to see.
to Batman Arkham City. That was only for the
That's on my-
PS3
you
and
put that down
Xbox.
for me. 100%. Yeah, I'm fucking loving that game.
Then from then we get to Payday Heist, which that was on the PSN, but I don't know when it was released on Windows and such.
That game looks interesting. Sure.
I bought it over Christmas. I'm very excited to play it.
Did you try it?
I'm gonna just go ahead and throw it out there. That game is awesome, but if you're not playing with 4 other people, sure you can add bots, which is kind of good. But if you're not playing with 4 people, that game is the most angriest, hardest fucking piece of
really?
shit.
People can screw you over, right?
Yeah.
No, that's Kingdom Glitch.
Yeah, it's Kingdom Glitch.
Or
yeah.
yeah. But it's kind of like the way I see Payday. I didn't play it yet, but it's kind of like that GTA 4 level where you're robbing Liberty Bank.
Yeah.
What
I
would
like that.
The only way to describe a Payday, like I guess properly, is it's Left 4 Dead, except for instead of zombies, there's cops coming in at like waves, and there's like stronger versions of them.
You gotta set up and
SWAT with riot shield and shit like that.
There's like mission things, and it's like
you die
randomly
during
generated.
the process of
but you drop down mode, then you can bring them up, and you can throw down health packs.
Kind of like Left 4 Dead.
This we'll skip that and bring it over to something that Badhaso will love because he won't shut the fuck up about it. Is Battlefield 3.
That's on my list.
That's on his list. I got into the beta. I really like the beta, but
the game is very polished.
I just didn't really get into
very polished.
the actual.
They patched the shit out of every little thing you can imagine. There's like no complaints at all.
Okay, well,
storyline was kind of wonky, but
storyline was wonky, but it was their first time ever doing a real campaign.
That brings us into November, which brings me to something that I was horribly disappointed in was Modern Warfare 3. I really love the campaign. I love the campaign. I love it beyond belief, but I rocked a lot of hours in COD 2. I only played it.
Yeah,
I only played 2-3 weeks of multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3.
I think what really kills it for other consoles, that game that's not the 360, is the fact that they like don't support it as much.
Yeah.
The Xbox version, though, I have to say.
Speaking about that game, they just dropped the DLC, Drop 1, right?
Yep.
Today or yesterday?
Yesterday, I believe.
Yesterday, and it's like Piazza.
No, Tuesday.
Plaza and something else.
Yeah. That brings us down to one that is going to for sure get the fuck on my list and love it. There is Skyrim.
Yes, I think that's on all of our lists.
Which just
I don't know about Riccio, but look at that face.
Which pleasantly surprised me because, as you know from the last podcast, I'm not a big fan of the Oblivion series, but Skyrim itself, I just fucking love it. I don't know what it is.
I really think they should give it a try.
Oh, really?
I think you should give Oblivion a try because me personally, I still enjoy Oblivion.
No, you can't.
Yeah, it has that. It's a bit outdated.
We've got Revelations, which I know none of us have finished, but I'm really excited to try.
Skip Dance Central 2. I didn't play it.
We then brings it to Rayman Origins, which
That's pretty sweet.
We played that for a while. I fucking enjoyed that. Yeah. What? You didn't play it. See, you should have dropped in. It was drop in, drop out.
Yeah.
4 players.
Saints Row the Third.
I don't know what that game is, but it's the shit.
Rainbow tattoo on my chest.
Dude, I went through that game as a naked transvestite with his dick out. But I had a rainbow tattoo.
So is this what goes on inside of Riccio's head all the time?
Yeah.
I was a toilet.
That brings us to technically released in November,
really
but
didn't get you and you guys not play Saints Row at all.
No, I haven't played it yet.
Really?
I played a bit. Actually, that's a lie. That's a lie. I played with Dustin on that, and we kind of just we fucked around and then put in cheats and beat each other to death with dildo bats.
I can't stress enough how amazing Saints Row is.
Yeah, I'll probably play it yet again. It's one of those ones that I'll pick up when it goes on sale. That brings us down to a game that was released, but we've all been in beta and alpha for fucking ever. It was Minecraft. I'm not going to put it on my list right now, even though it did destroy a whole bunch of my life.
For me too.
Just because right now I'm not into it. I know it's one of those ones that I'll probably keep going back to, but even when I open it on my laptop, I just don't. I play for like 20 minutes and then I'm like, no.
You really need to have a multiplayer community.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I think
or a lot of creativity.
The multiplayer of that game is still in beta, but when they actually fully launch multiplayer, I think the game's going to explode.
Yeah, it'll explode.
And when it comes out on the 360, it's going to explode.
It's safe to say that it's out.
It's pretty out, yeah. It's pretty
solid.
Yeah.
That brings us to Serious Sam 3.
Pretty sweet, actually.
Which I heard was good, but wasn't my kind of deal.
Just like the other,
I didn't play the other
It really, for those of you who've played like first-person shooters from way back in the day, which was literally not like cover systems and all this craziness, where it's just like, lots of shit, here's some crazy guns, like murder everything that moves. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of fun to go back to those games sometimes.
For sure.
It's really, I don't know, it surprised me at how fun it was.
Yeah.
Plus, you can bunny hop just like old school
games.
You know, strafing.
There's a lot of it's pretty sweet, actually.
Did any of you guys play Skyward Sword?
No,
I'm not a huge Zelda fan, but I know I've got a couple of.
I watched him play for a couple hours.
I know, yeah, it looked really awesome. But the timeline. What the fuck is up with the Zelda
I know, the
timeline?
Zelda
It's just
timeline's
like
boom, boom, boom. It's like
The way I approach it is
fucked.
like there is no Zelda timeline.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
So, there is one, but I'd rather not know it because it just
yeah. And then that brings us into December.
Yeah, last month.
Which we've got Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon.
I played a bit of it. That's pretty sweet.
I know it was kind of one of those really cheesy games that it was developed
It's
and
kinda
it's really bad, but it's so bad that you love it kind of deal.
But it's kind of bad.
Then we've got Postal 3, which I don't actually know anything about.
I almost picked that one up.
I
That's
never
it. Oh,
played
yeah.
any of the Postal games.
There's some
What's
pretty weird
it
shit.
about?
I don't know. After
Is
the
it
first,
post-apocalyptic world?
kind of. All I know is I watched one gameplay video which had one of the missions being you have a vacuum, you have to pick up tissues filled with jizz at a strip club. And then people were coming in to attack and to shoot them in their faces. It was disgusting. This seems really good, but I didn't want to play
You're
it.
joking right now, right?
No,
No,
it's actually
wow.
funny. So I'm waiting for that one to drop and I might pick it up.
And then we've got Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Um,
Not a huge fan. Not.
I
I got too many MMOs.
I've been tempted.
I'm not going to say the
Bioware.
game is bad. I just, when I play my MMOs, like having TV shows and stuff going, and
Yeah.
two-story.
Two-story
Because this game
oriented.
there's a lot of in-game voice
Yeah,
acting.
which is
it's
awesome,
actually
don't
the
get me
first
wrong.
MMO ever to have full voice acting.
Yeah,
right?
for pretty
Yeah.
much everything.
This Age of Conan attempted it a couple years ago, and I guess it didn't really work out.
No.
They did for the first 20 levels
But
until
Until they ran out of money.
I've been waiting all my life for an MMO with full voice acting, because voice acting increases the size of the game.
I know. I can't get into like something
Yeah.
Star Wars related.
And I'm not
Until
a
an
Star
MMO.
Wars fan.
Yeah.
I just started the trilogy on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
I have all the movies on Blu-ray. I just started it.
What and that brings us to our last final thing that was released in December, which was Trine 2.
I actually have not had the time to play through that one. I played through the first Trine real quick to try and get ready for it.
Okay.
If it's anything like the first one, it's probably going to be a friggin' amazing game.
It reminds me of
Actually-
Magica, kind of. A little bit.
Kinda. Not really. It's like it's really like an old school platformy kind of puzzle game, but to be honest, it's like the graphics and colors of that game are like the environments are so breathtaking sometimes. Like even from just playing the demo, like the colors that they have, the HDR, and just it also has that kind of effect that Portal had, where you kind of find out a puzzle and be like, I don't know if I did that right, but I am smart as hell for doing it this way. Like,
Yeah.
it has that factor.
Yes, I did it.
I love that.
And just to throw on the list for some talking about MMOs, is 4.3 dropped.
For a while.
For a while.
For a while. I believe that was in December. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I think it was that.
Speaking of WoW,
wouldn't
and
count.
Blizzard in general.
BlizzCon canceled.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, wow. Yeah.
BlizzCon.
BlizzCon.
To be honest, though, I don't understand people.
I think
get
it's for the
angry.
best. I think it's for the best.
I don't think anybody can really get angry at it just because
There's a lot of people that go every
It's the
year.
same shit.
But yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing that would be out other than Diablo coming out. But then they wouldn't be able to talk
They'd
about
be
Diablo.
showing off Diablo 3, the new Mist of Pandaria for.
They wouldn't be
WoW.
showing out Diablo 3 because it happens in October, so it's
That's
already
true.
out.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, hey, here's StarCraft stuff again
StarCraft
that
2
we've
are this
changed
one.
some units, and here's Pandaren,
That's
which
true.
is out soon.
There's not really-
Concert.
There's not really enough content for them to make a big
Yeah.
event over it, but
which
I'd
means-
rather they work on the games first.
Which
and
means that
polish
we'll
them.
probably be seeing the next MMO in 2 years. So.
Yeah.
At least
but-
not out, but like
Yeah, yeah.
something.
Yeah, because I know they're
Um,
working with Bungie.
So
and
let's.
Activision.
Yeah.
So
let's.
you only have 4 games on
You
your
only have
list.
4 games.
No, so Mass Effect 2 is also supposed to be on there.
That's on there.
Skyrim,
Batman?
Battlefield 3, Batman,
Arkham City.
There's your
And throw one more on.
What do you guys have on there? Just real quick.
You got Binding of Isaac.
Okay.
Oh, I
You
love
got-
that
I
shit.
was thinking Portal. Oh wait, L.A. Noire. Put L.A. Noire on
Noire?
there.
L.A.
Yeah,
Noire?
Don't even think about it. Red Dead came out in 2010, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking 2011.
The
But
DLC came in 2011.
L.A. Noire, I had a blast playing that game.
Yeah.
So, Devin, so far your list is Binding of Isaac, Mass Effect 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood,
Yeah.
Ass bros.
Yakuza 4, Terraria, Portal 2, Deus Ex, and Skyrim. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to cut down to 5.
8 to 5.
3
Chop,
down.
chop, chop.
I'm gonna say take out that Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect 2 is gone. Boom.
I loved it. Don't get me wrong, but I really enjoyed some of the other ones,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna have to say drop that Yakuza.
Drop Yakuza. So you're Binding of Isaac, Asbro, Terraria. So you still got 1.
One more.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to drop the Portal 2, man.
Drop Portal 2.
Yeah, I loved
So-
it. It had such very witty. I love the story of it, but I find
I
it
think
tried.
Steven Merchant made that game.
Oh, he made it great. All I could think in my head was Spider-Man. We need pictures of Spider-Man.
Oh, Jesus.
It's like we need portals, pictures of portals. We need shower curtains, pictures of shower curtains. That's all I could like.
I feel
creeped
bad
out.
not putting Portal 2 on there because I had a blast playing Portal
Oh,
2.
yeah.
And I played it
I
both
didn't-
single player and co-op, and it was just
I didn't really play the co-op because some of the
Phenomenal.
friends that like got the game were kind of dicks, and so what would happen is they put me in infinite loops. Like I go grab
yeah.
I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna go grab a bite to eat just a second, just to hold off on the level. And they're like, okay,
The problem.
Can you imagine being motion sick and just like coming back?
Oh, dude, that's what I was just going to say. I have motion sickness.
Really?
I played Portal 1. I got to like chapter 5 and I started throwing up. I swear to you, like, I actually started. I couldn't handle it.
I just picture Badhaso being like, "Oh, this is awesome! It's great." Portal's just
my head
like,
starts spinning. Like, it's just not
oh.
good.
Just imagine.
Especially when you gotta do like those like jumps where you gotta like make a portal on top of you and then you gotta jump through and use
fly
like
through.
momentum to fly forward. That just makes me want
I
to
love
vomit.
those.
All over.
Rainbows.
Like, I don't know where it came from. I've never had motion
Really?
sickness in a video game before until Portal.
That's
Wow.
intense.
Yeah.
That's intense. All
Pretty
right,
much.
Riccio, what do you got? What do you got?
On my list so far, I think I missed some. It's Dead Space 2, Mass Effect 2, Witcher 2,
2.
Duke Nukem,
Lots of sequels
Catherine,
and
Dark Souls, and Saints Row the Third. I feel like I missed like a shit ton on this
Yeah, we
list.
probably missed a lot, but
I
we
know,
trimmed it. We trimmed it.
Yeah, we had to.
Wow. So I feel like I fucking missed a lot.
Give me.
Just go
What?
slash,
No.
No.
I want to. I got this. Okay, so see how I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
I'm gonna kick off Mass Effect 2, even though it was good, and leaving with Dead Space 2, Witcher 2, Duke Nukem, Catherine, Dark Souls, and
Saints
the
Row.
Third.
I know you talked about Dark Souls a fuckload.
Yeah.
You can't kick that because that made you so angry.
Catherine was really good though for like a really.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished it.
What's up with the sexual?
Yeah, I don't
scene
know.
in that
It's
game? Just-
ridiculous.
Does that have anything to do with the story?
You have to play it.
Yeah, you have to play
play
it.
it.
We're not gonna spoil
Alright,
it.
I'm gonna get rid of Catherine. So I guess Dead Space 2, Witcher 2, Duke Nukem, which I fucking love for some reason.
But you just got the DLC.
Yeah, I just got the DLC. That was really sweet. I haven't finished it yet though. Dark Souls and Saints Row 3.
All right.
So
your Badhaso were down to 5, and
Yeah.
wasn't there a question that was what was your favorite?
well, yeah, we had one more question.
Let's turn it down to 5. And
So
then...
we're already at 5. You're already at 5. Well, you only
So we're
have
all at 5?
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
5.
Sweet.
So Devin's once again is Binding of Isaac, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Terraria, Deus Ex, and Skyrim in no order.
No particular.
No order at all.
Mine is Dead Space 2, The Witcher 2, Duke Nukem, Dark Souls, and Saints Row the Third. And Badhaso's are Mass Effect 2, Batman Arkham City, Battlefield 3, Skyrim, and LA Noire. So
pretty big AAA titles.
which leads us into our second question, which was by Grulinks. And she was asking, what was our favorite game of 2011? So if you had to pick from that list,
man.
what your number one game, and her second part was, what is the game that we're looking forward to in the future?
Oh,
Whether it's
okay.
been
Killing us here.
whether it's been
Killing
like
us here.
Killing
announced
us.
release date
Oh.
or not. But yeah.
Wow. All right.
So-
I'll
so
start.
if you had to choose
I'll start.
your number
Let me
one.
Look at that list here.
So you have Mass Effect 2, Batman Arkham City, Battlefield 3, Skyrim, and LA Noire.
Skyrim.
Skyrim? Alright.
Skyrim.
But Badhaso chooses.
I'm a Bethesda fan. I've played Morrowind. I've played Arena, Morrowind, Oblivion, all the Fallouts. Fallout 3.
If you had to choose one thing about Skyrim that you absolutely love, what would it be? Like what keeps you coming back? The way the skills work?
Yeah.
And what's the thing you hate?
The thing I hate the most? I feel playing a shit ton of hours in Oblivion, I feel like it's too similar.
Okay.
For me personally.
Yeah.
Not enough.
So you're getting tired of like the
personally,
Bethesda
I
style?
respect Todd Howard, and he did admit that
Yeah.
they put together Skyrim like that.
Yeah.
They didn't even. They were trying to plan a game for the next gen console,
Oh, shit.
and they were not planning on making Skyrim.
Yeah.
Skyrim was a second thought.
Wow.
So I definitely respect him as a developer for doing that.
Yeah.
So,
They
Alright.
put a lot of
That's my
content.
Riccio, you?
Me? It's gonna be a really
It's hard. eh?
actually
It's a tough one.
it's a twist between Witcher 2 and Saints Row the Third. But you know what? I'm gonna have to choose Saints Row the Third simply because no game has absolutely made me laugh and have so much fun for like 14 hours straight. Without one moment where I'm like, this
Mine
sucks, or I want to stop. Like,
Like you feel like you're playing. A
or
game.
I actually don't remember how many hours it was,
Yeah.
but like, if I can go through an entire game being absolutely like naked from the waist down except for hooker boots and killing people with dildos and flying like hover bikes or going into like a Tron universe, like
Oh, you went to the Tron universe?
Really?
Fuck.
play this game.
Wow. Okay.
There's a lot of insane shit in there,
Nice.
and it's so much
Skydiving.
fun. And
Skydiving
I think the
with
best
no
thing about the
clothes on.
comedy is it's just like
Over the top.
it's over the top, but it's not like it knows it is, and it's not playing on it like, haha, that was really funny, wasn't it? Like it's good, like it's really
They're trying
it's
to act
smart
like they're
humor,
serious.
but it's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. It's you
Like
gotta
shooting
gotta-
people through that gun thing. Oh.
you gotta try it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
What's the thing you hated the most about it?
hated the most about that game? My co-op partner? No, no, I'm kidding. No, wow, that'd be really hard to choose for that game. The thing I hated the most is probably, I don't know. I think maybe when you start off the game, I think you're maybe a little too weak and it's too easy to die. But then that's like easily that changes because later on you can kind of buy upgrades and you're just like unkillable. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
The way they endorse the game.
I think maybe the letdown would be the horde mode, which is spelled horde, like horde. That was kind of crappy. So maybe that would be the one thing that actually was a letdown.
All right.
So for yourself, Devin.
For me right now, it's actually a toss-up between The Binding of Isaac and Skyrim.
Really? Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
I
think Binding of Isaac is winning just because you're really into that right now.
Yeah.
Think 3
think
weeks
if
ago.
Binding of Isaac did not exist, because did that come in 2011?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
It's
a 2011 game.
If I had to choose between the two of them, not right because I'm like absolutely in love with Binding of Isaac, it would probably be Deus Ex and Skyrim.
Yeah.
Just because I really liked the feel of Deus Ex and how it moved. Yeah, it had its points where I fucking hated it, but and then Skyrim, it just took me like hooked me in the face and was just like you're mine now.
For me, for a person who played a shit ton of Oblivion, I don't understand why people like Skyrim. Do you want to tell me? Like, I don't understand.
For me, for Skyrim, I liked it so much because it was, I don't know, it let me be free.
Yeah.
Oblivion was like that too, though.
But like, there reached a certain point in Oblivion where it was like, okay, go do your fucking mission. Yeah, it was like, smack me in the back of the head and was, go to your fucking mission, you're done riding your horse.
But you don't have to, though.
But if you wanted to...
you get out of the sewers, good to go.
But if you wanted to fucking... If you wanted to actually get more better stuff, it was kind of like, okay, go do your fucking quest, then you can get this.
No, he's kind of right on that point. Not really.
Not overly, but like I felt with Oblivion, I kind of was forced a little bit more because with Skyrim, I'm just
Skyrim's like
no. Have fun, do your quest if you fucking feel like it. You bought the game. I don't give a shit what you do.
I kind of feel like for Skyrim, it's actually a downfall as well.
To be honest, Oblivion is exactly the same way. Actually, because like as much as you can say the best stuff is like from quest, a lot of it, at least like down the road, or like even just playing like the stuff that you'd either enchant or even the stuff you'd find is still still really similar to Skyrim, I find. But I don't know. It depends on what.
It wasn't my taste.
Yeah.
For me, between those two, I'm gonna have to say Skyrim just because it did take me by surprise.
You're still in it.
And I'm still in it. I still go home. I still go home. I play it, and I've clocked like easily 60 hours.
Making the line underneath Skyrim.
Making the line.
Skyrim.
I'm getting close to 30 hours.
Sky is done. You can still make it Sky of X.
I'm probably gonna be playing
Skyrim
right through 2012.
And for the second part of the question, is there anything you guys are looking forward to this year or like unannounced? That's
what do you think?
Whoa, shit. Okay.
Go for it.
Wow, that's a tough one. I think my number one thing that I'm kind of wow.
I want to help you.
I guess I'm gonna just say to be easy about this. What? Yeah, I guess Diablo 3 is.
That's gonna be huge.
You know what? Like,
how much do you
to be honest, like Diablo, I'm really excited for. Mm-hmm. I played the beta. Like, it's gonna be sweet. I have no doubts about that. But if I had to pick a game, if there's something that's gonna be coming out soon, I'd have to go with BioShock Infinite. If there's something that I know that's gonna come out and I'm gonna still play a shit ton of, then I'm gonna have to say StarCraft 2: Heart of the Swarm.
How about you, Badhaso? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, man, put me on the spot first, eh?
So what?
Damn, because you just brought up BioShock Infinite. I totally forgot about that game. I was like, damn, I love BioShock 1. Like BioShock 2 was
yeah.
But I know BioShock Infinite's going to be amazing from what we've seen so far.
So you're taking that one?
That or... What else? I don't know, what else? The Last of Us really has me.
Yeah, that looks really sweet too.
The Naughty Dog, they're really stepping up their game.
Yeah, that does look good. That was like pretty good.
It looks amazing. And Mass Effect 3 also looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's just, it's going to be an intense year.
It's going to be a pretty intense year for games.
Awesome.
Halo 4, no.
Fuck off.
Oh, dude.
Actually, no.
I'm actually excited for that, too.
I want to see what it's going to be.
I want to see what it is, but you want to what?
I'm a big Halo fan.
I am a huge Halo fan. I beat up kids at release date for merchandise.
Beat up, not beat.
No, I heard that. No, I heard you.
I thought I beat kids.
Like I have a Halo watch that's like a limited edition Halo watch and shit like that I grabbed from.
I just picture you like hanging onto the watch and just like fisting the kid in the face. That's not bad.
So like I've got like the keychains, the t-shirts, all this other shit, and when like I've got all the swag and like I've got the Xbox.
You sound like nerd.
The original Xbox 360 shirt that was white with the logo here and like Xbox here. I've got that I got from the release date. I've got like I was a huge fan. Halo 4, I'm not overly excited for.
Is it because it's another developer?
Not so much. Not because it's another developer, but because Halo 3 was the final piece for me. That was what. That's what it was.
Have you read the Ghost of Onyx?
I've read all of the books.
So you know
multiple. I know. Yeah, I know everything.
For me, the way I see the Halo universe after reading all the books, Halo just begun.
Yeah, it has just begun.
Halo
but
1 to 3 was all prequel.
I don't know.
The actual stories.
We'll see.
We'll see though.
The big game for me is going to be Stalker 2.
Stalker 2?
That is what I'm seriously looking forward to because it is not a huge. Everybody has to play this. Like it's not. Call me a hipster for that, but I also love the Stalker game.
It's
beyond
nice
belief.
to play those
I
games
love the game that was you're fucking in a bush and there's a zombie walking by and you're just like
I'm in a bush.
do I stab him with my knife? Do I throw a bolt to distract him? Like what the fuck do I do? And so I don't know. That's one of those ones that I can't describe the appeal for me, but Stalker 2 and potentially Half-Life 3.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
Maybe
that'd be awesome too.
Maybe maybe something 2013.
Like
Come on.
A lot of things that were just like
No, but
over.
I just want to I want some sort of information. Just please give me something.
And I feel like 2012 is going to be a year of a lot of new IPs. Because if you look at 2011, a lot of
three
trequels. All the trequels.
There's
so
still
all
some
the developers
twos.
are going to be starting some fresh new stuff.
Dead Space 3 would be
fresh
really
new
sweet.
content.
Yeah,
Dead
that
Space
would
3
be.
is probably going to be coming
Hopefully
out.
they just don't tree and everything. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I think a lot of new, fresh IPs are going to be starting.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I think
So,
that's.
any more questions?
We had two other semi-random questions
Okay, yeah, toss them out
that
there.
they don't really apply. We'll read them anyways. This will just be fun. We had one question. Actually, two questions with Docat. One was. We'll only read one of them because the other one doesn't make
Only
sense.
one question.
So his question is: if you had to choose one instrument to master instantly, but it would be the only instrument you'd ever end up being able to play, like you couldn't learn any other ones.
Oh shit!
Which instrument would
This
you
is
learn?
a funny question for
This
me.
is pretty
I just want
funny.
to cut you off here because I can't play any instruments.
But if you could instantly master something, instantly,
piano.
The piano.
Ooh, I love the sound
I would
of the piano.
have to agree with you on that.
I love the sound of the piano.
Yeah,
I have a friend who's like pretty amazing at the piano, and he can play like all the Zelda music. He can play like any like orchestral music from any game.
I like to play the mouth.
Kind of linguist.
But for me, hands down, piano.
You'd like to know what it feels like to be with a woman?
What? What?
So, how about you, Devin? Do you have any?
What does that mean? What do you know?
For me, I play violin, I play piano, I play guitar.
That would be another good one, actually.
Musically inclined.
I haven't played in a while. I've kind of been putting it off. But for me, one thing that I've always wanted to play is cello, because it is a lot like violin.
Beautiful. It sounds
But if you can play it properly and you can get those deep notes, and it's just like gorgeous.
Strings.
Yeah. So cello would be the
No pun
cello with
intended.
me. Cello for me.
So cello, piano.
Piano.
All right. What's the second question?
The second question was this is a tough one to answer here because it's a little scientific. It has something to do with space and stuff.
Awesome.
I have to really have a smart brain for this one. It's Docat asks, how many fingers are in the pie right now?
What?
Docat, this one's for you.
Oh,
I'm just gonna say, if you have any fingers in the pie, you are not a true patriot.
Is this going to American Pie?
I just want to maybe, but I
like
just want to say
finger in the pie?
one does not simply just get their fingers in the pie.
What's
Like,
a
One
finger,
does not
though?
simply walk
What's finger
into
though?
Mordor.
Is finger a word for something else?
its finger is multiple, so
I don't want to share a pie with anybody else if I'm doing that.
What
That's
if the
awkward.
pie is alive?
So
That pie is that pie DP.
Is this an apple pie or like
is it
an apple pie or like
lemon pecan?
How many fingers?
Is
Let me
that
just.
even a
pecan?
flavor?
I want a pecan.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
I'm not even gonna go there.
Pecan? Jesus Christ.
Lemon meringue.
Don't to
I love
Facebook.
lemon meringue.
I don't know. I would say five.
I'm gonna
Five
fist
fingers.
that pie.
So the whole fist.
No, mine are splayed out.
Splayed out. So
Split out.
So
Fist.
you would use 5 fingers.
I think I'm just gonna
Pushed.
use my
Five
spread
fingers.
eagle
5
finger,
fingers pushed,
just one
spreading.
finger in
One
the-
finger. You're
So
one.
you
right
would,
down the center.
to quote unquote air quote thing, fucking you'd fuck the pie.
I'd fuck the pie.
You would.
Badhaso will fuck the
I'd
pie.
pull an American Pie.
Before we kind of wrap this up a little bit, because I know it's kind of a little long, I just want to explain a story about what happened after we finished recording the first podcast. This I thought Riccio would try and ignore, But what happened was, after we finished recording the podcast at this undisclosed location...
Space.
What happened was, I drive home Badhaso and Riccio bus home.
No, we're not talking about this.
And so what happened was, I usually wait at the bus stop with them till their bus comes and picks them up. We're all talking about the podcast, some ideas we've got and stuff like that. And out of nowhere, just ninjas into the center of this little kind of huddle we got going on is this girl. And she just goes immediately for Riccio and just like,
I don't even know.
Hey, how you doing? Like, just like, and Riccio's got his...
I'm in full-on Ninja Canada mode.
Ninja Canada mode, just like this, just up.
Hoodie on. Like,
it was pretty fucking cold. Really, it was like negative 35 degrees.
Yeah, and this girl just wouldn't leave Riccio alone. It was so funny. I just got ignored, so I just like backed out and just
kind of made eye contact, like, hey, let's let this just happen.
And this girl was just like back facing me, so I'm laughing my ass off silently, and Riccio's just giving me these daggers.
Let's just name
daggers
her for now. Let's just call her Dak Daniels, because she definitely smells a lot like Dak Daniels.
I smelled a lot of that stuff from about a meter away.
But who drinks on a Wednesday?
It was like Wednesday.
Like, and loaded at like 10 in the night too. Like, that was a little insane.
It was evenings, but it was a Wednesday.
It was really random.
Maybe it was happy hour somewhere.
It was very funny because Riccio had no idea what the fuck was going on, and he had this kind of look of terror in his eyes, and it's like
he was like looking at us.
But he was like, save me, just for the love of God, for the love of God, fucking save me. And we just kind of backed away. Badhaso tried to help a little bit, but the girl.
I was gonna be a gentleman and not.
No, I just kind of I attempted to help the situation out a bit and like lead the conversation, but it was at the point where she would not leave. She was locked in. She was focused. She wanted the Riccio.
Yeah.
So we just kind of stepped back.
Oh my god, that is fucking creepy. Oh my god, please, just what the fuck are you doing?
I think honestly, I think that was our first match. She loves you.
Yeah, we would like to say that is
been tested by God.
Redupi.
Or whatever entity is out there.
Redupi. That is a Riccio groupie.
She's a groupie.
And Badhaso groupie is a Badupi, and I don't have groupies.
We need to cater a word.
But oh god, no!
Yeah.
Oh fuck that shit. But here's the funny thing: is most of Badhaso's Badupis are men.
Ooh, that's weird.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
It started out with women, and
now it's gone to men.
This is just weird. Right,
yeah. So anyways, we'll wrap it up on the note that.
So this is to you, random girl. You guys really made it.
What's your name again?
I don't even want to say it.
No. We'll call it Dak Daniels.
Dak Daniels.
If Dak Daniels.
Thanks for that awesome, random, really scary night where we thought you were going to destroy us with your faces and attack fiends, cat-like. I'm scared. Anyway,
do you guys want to talk about SOPA?
Well, I think we'll cut it off for this one, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Pretty much websites went down.
Websites went down. Blackouts went down. Big websites went down.
And
websites went down.
Yeah,
and more websites went down.
If you don't know about
websites went down though, especially the ones where people go to.
Websites.
Like website, like oh my god, Wikipedia's down. Oh,
so what we'll do just on that subject, if you don't know what SOPA is, and you don't know what PETA is, and you don't know what ACTA is,
living under a rock.
Please just go take a look.
SOPA, Google that shit.
Take a look at it. Learn from reliable sources. Don't just read and be like it is terrible. Like it's gonna keep coming back, and they're gonna have to find some compromise. But be informed. Talk to if you're in the States, talk to your senators, talk to your people,
neutrality, guys.
And have a voice.
Net neutrality.
Yeah, net
neutrality.
neutrality.
If you guys know what that is, but go ahead and Google that.
Reimposing.
Basically, the access to free information.
Yeah,
so the internet's free.
But,
otherwise, we wouldn't be doing things like this.
Yeah, for sure. Because I couldn't say shit like fuck.
Ass.
That's copyrighted.
Penis.
That's copyrighted.
Or Hollywood.
Okay, this is weird. Now people are just gonna be like, it's
or
imagine someone listening to us on the bus and someone sitting next to them and suddenly all they hear is like a shadow like penis.
Fine, vagina.
Oh, wow, this is
okay. Or the worst swear the worst swear word of all, Riccio.
It's a pretty bad one.
You do not want to look like him.
No. Ouch. Ouch.
Throw us a like or favorite if you think Riccio is ugly or hot.
Ouch. Wow, I don't even understand what that means. Why am I the one?
And if you think we're awesome,
really help us out. Wait, I fucked up. Throw us a like.
or just don't. Just don't do anything. Just
why are you
don't do anything.
You're the worst.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Some people just don't do anything, so don't do anything.
No, so everyone, remember, if you guys want to get some questions in that you guys want us to read, we spent a lot of time on it this time, but
yeah,
feel free to just send them either below in the comments, to our Twitters, which will also be in the description, to the Facebook page, to PM us on YouTube.
Yep.
We got an email down there too.
Yeah.
Just check it out, and if you guys have anything that you want to see more,
any
of,
question,
if there's anything you guys actually wants to talk about, or any games you wants to play, and then give our opinions on.
We don't care if it's not game related.
Just send us
your questions. I mean, life related. Like anything.
Yeah.
We'll answer anything.
How much wood can a woodchuck chuck? I don't know that answer, by the way.
That's a tough one. That goes into the 5 fingers. And the
So thank you guys for tuning in. Check us out next week for our podcast number 3.
Check us out on YouTube.
Hopefully we'll be on iTunes by then.
Yeah, we'll be on iTunes by then. And for sure. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Cheers.